Alright guys, BLM here, back with a new live stream. Really late. It's so fucking late already. Oh, fuck me. I've just been so busy today. So I do apologize for a late start, but what are you gonna do? So we'll play for a few hours here. I wasn't able to stream. Well, I was able to stream yesterday, but I decided against it. Thinking that I was going to be able to stream a decent amount today, but that did not work out. But what are you going to do? So, there isn't that much new to talk about. We did have the Challenge reunion. We had Challenge All-Stars 2 episode. And what else? I think that's it, right? 41 player ranking came out. That was something. Was I live yesterday? You should have listened to the end of my last stream. I talked about how I wasn't going to be live on Wednesday. Right now, with there kind of being a lull in between shows, I'm not going to fully commit to the normal schedule here. Especially because, I did want to use yesterday a bit more to work on the fucking runner-up ranking, which is so fucking long. That is a lot of the reason why that is a thing. Yeah, Hitman. I'm doing a Hitman mission ranking. I think I should clarify. And when it comes to, I'm not ranking the maps themselves. I'm ranking the main campaign missions. But I am going to do that video. By the way, since the last time I streamed, I did finish Hitman 3. And yeah, the plan is to do that video. I have no clue when I'm going to do it. But I'll do it at some point. When I'm going to release it and actually edit it and that sort of stuff. But it'll be at some point. I did do a lot of thought into my, I did do a lot of thought into that list at this point. I have it pretty solidified at this point. It did change quite a bit since the last time I talked about it when we finished Hitman 2. But yeah, again, it should be interesting. Okay, what is this? Yeah, I did get more slots. What I ended up doing... What is this? Oh, you made an actual emote? How do I add that? Because I think... Wait, how many slots do I have open? I don't remember. I don't even know how you do it. Again, obviously the amazing streamer I am. Oh yeah, people hated my placement of Erica. I will say that I probably would have bumped her one spot higher. In retrospect, I would put her probably above Shan, but I would still have her 4. I will say I'm probably a little bit higher in Erica's game than I was when I recorded the video. Again, I did record that the morning after the finale. I'm probably slightly higher. Not a ridiculous amount. Before, I was saying oh, she's probably around Michelle. But I think she's above Michelle. I think she's probably closer to the Sandra, Sandra Pearl Islands game, probably above that.
And you should heed it too. How's that?
I think that's probably where I would have her at this point. Where I think there's also a debate for her being I think there's a debate for her being middle tier. The main thing that's holding me back is the Hourglass twist and the initial dynamics on Luvu. Mind you, the initial dynamics on Luvu have been kind of debated on now, where Deshaun has done an interview saying that he thinks he would have sided with voting out Sydney over Erica if they actually had gone the tribal, which if that's true then that probably does bump her up, but yeah, as of right now I would probably put her in that Sandra Pearl Islands, Vesepia kind of tier, probably above them though, but I think around there. Yeah, let's see. I think she's above Piercer's villain Sandra, I think.
You mentioned a lesson before. What did that wound teach you? As I stood before the cauldron, my
You're on the plane right now?
And stared, dumb with wonder.
Well, that's something.
For a moment, I was a child again, wrapped from stories.
Yeah, it is a pretty big jump. And like the thing is, like, I don't know, it's like how much fault do I really give her for the Luvu stuff? Because I think when we're talking about the merge vote, the hourglass twist and everything, it's like, yes, she does get saved by that, but it's like, how much do I really knock her for that? It's like I will knock her, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, how different of a knock is that from like Sandra in Pearl Islands, where she goes home at the first tribal had they gotten the tribal. Like if Drake hadn't won that first immunity challenge, Sandra goes home first on Pearl Islands. So it's like, I don't know, like I just feel like other winners also have like similar flaws, to where it's like I decided like not knock her as much.
Where can I find this cauldron?
You'd have Danny over to Sean. I mean, like to me they're very close. Like to me they're back to back. Like
you're a clever one.
Like,
not so clever as to hear
again, like I think they played very similar games, but have my fucking god! I just dropped the controller. I'm a fucking idiot. I think they have like different like issues in terms of like what happened at the end game. Like obviously, the Sean is someone that can't like. It seems like he couldn't win, but he did, and like he did blow up his game at certain points. But like he did do a good job in terms of like building that relationship with Erica and Heather that got him through that final 6 round. Well, Danny is someone that did very good with people out like that didn't make it to the end. Like essentially, he cut the people that were closer to him. Yeah, Heather supposedly does win against Xander and Deshawn, which is hilarious.
West will take
ranked in number ones.
Stop you long before you get there. They can try.
I don't know. I think Ricard is last.
The pass between East and West. Word is the Karja have sealed the gate out of fear of the corrupted machines.
I don't know. Is George one? I don't know. George has so many flaws, and George's early game is very flawed. To be honest, like this is not a great year for players on like in terms of like I should say in terms of like the individual games that they played on the season. Again, we had some great players, but I think like the actual games that were played this season have been very flawed. Where like all those number ones have deep flaws. You know what? Kieran might be number one. I think Kieran might be number one of those 5. I mean, because you have like Tiffany, who like probably would be number one if she tried to play the game on her, like for herself, but because she didn't, and that obviously factors into that rating. Ricard, again, I don't even think Ricard's that great, really. Like I think Ricard's number one of the season. Like he's good, but it's like also like he had the like he was in a position where he had to win out at the end. Mind you, he almost does, but I mean still. You have George, who has a very messy early game. You have Ty, who for the first like 2/3 of the game really like had no clue of what was really going on.
Weren't so lucky. The Nora withdrew to this place, Mother's Crown. Relinquished our claim on the valley. Even now, with the war behind us, we've left the valley be.
So yeah, I mean, they're pretty. It's been a weird year. I would probably have Kieran 1. George or Ty or Tiffany. I don't know. I think those 3 are like kind of around the same ballpark. I think Ricard's last. Yeah, I think Erica is a good player. Like I will say that I think Erica is a good Survivor player. I just think the game that she played this season has like a lot of holes in it for the first like 2/3 of it, but then she plays a very strong like back third, and even that like even then there's like kind of holes. But it's like I do think she is a solid player.
Fire seems to affect them more than ordinary machines.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like
this is a curse
in love with her.
Unless we find out what's behind
winning game.
The matriarchs have spoken.
God damn it! I lost the thing. I was trying to add the email. Is Ricard a top 50 player ever? I don't think so. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think he is. Like obviously I haven't like actually put in the time to do it. Okay. I added it to the channel, but like, what does that actually mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how better TTV works, but whatever. Yeah, top 80, I think you can definitely make the argument. Top 100, yeah, I think that's. I think he's probably in that ballpark. Land, right? So do you like, if I were to guess, here? I would say around like 70 to 80.
Not here in the village itself.
Somewhere in that region. I mean, I think he's a better player than his game that he played on this season.
And Nora can trade with them if they choose. It's a kind of in between.
Actually, I wonder, like, if I were to do 41 player ranking based on like how they are as players, I wonder how much that would change things. To be honest, it would be very similar. Like, I think the top would be very similar.
But foreigners use it as a way station.
Did not work. Damn it.
Sounds like a place where I could find out more about Meridian.
How do you make it work? Let's see. Should I just download the images and then like actually just do it on my own? But then again, I guess at that point it would be like a sub thing, right? Or is it always a sub thing? Alright, let's see. You just watch BB20 and Haley definitely deserves a return. Yeah. I would like it to Haley return. I think she's one of these people that, like, you could tell if she was older, she would be a lot better at the game, or at least would have the potential to be a lot better at the game. I think I'm just gonna download the thing and just like put it in manually. Which I know this is riveting streaming here. I can't even find my own things. There we go. All right. So there's that. Go to emotes. Oh, it probably has to be approved first too, doesn't it? God damn it. Forgot all that. Oh, I have to move some things around also. Whatever. I'll try to upload it and just see what happens first. It's loading. Gotta make sure I spelled dominance right because I'm a fucking idiot. I did. Oh, okay. It was approved right away. Okay, so I'm gonna add it to tier. Oh wait, I have to fucking move something out. Should I lose the Lauren O'Connell one? Let's lose the Lauren O'Connell one. No one cares about Lauren O'Connell. So let's do that. Move this to that. No? Again, this is obviously I'm doing such a great job at being a Twitch streamer that I am definitely good at. Okay, there's that. Where should I put Lauren O'Connell then? I guess we'll put Lauren O'Connell at tier. Or no, I guess we'll make it a bits one. I don't fucking know. Alright, let's just wrap this up super quick. Because I really don't like how, at least for me, it's like they make you like. I have 5 standard tier 1 slots. I have 1 tier 2 slot, 1 tier 3 slot, and then 3-bit emotes. So it's like moving everything around is just kind of a pain. Whatever. All right, there we go. We're done.
So
Ryan played one of the best non-winning games. I think he's good. I think his game is good. It's just a tough one to really like truly assess because there's been so much. Like at the time that HHH finished, there's a lot of talk about
I barely made it.
Oh, it's still not working?
With a broken ankle.
This isn't the proving, Maria. This is real.
You missed my point. Getting posted to Mother's Crown? It was the boon.
Actually, I don't even see it in my thing.
My prize for winning. Trying to live up to the glory of the Nora.
God damn it.
Me yet. But if it has to, I'm willing.
Oh, there you go. You got to work. All right, there we go. I don't even see it in my own like set of emotes though. Well, who fucking cares? Whatever. It's fine. It's okay. Either way. Is Bryce a simp? Yes.
I should be going.
Shouldn't that be obvious?
Be careful out there, Aloy. I hope you find whatever it is you're after.
The Carja faithless hide behind their forts.
I don't even know what I just did. Like, I felt like I didn't pay attention to any of that. Should I do side quests? I guess let's do side quests.
You're the Seeker. The one
Yeah, I know someone like way back asked me if I watched Challenge All Stars. Yeah, I have. I have watched Challenge All Stars. Which again, we already talked about the Casey thing a while back because like we knew she was pregnant while on the show. We didn't necessarily know that's why she got DQ'd.
How far did you follow
What are you getting
but so yeah, I mean it's kind of again like I don't know what the fuck MTV is doing in that aspect. Like obviously they should be sorting that stuff out.
What's worse than being killed?
Oh yeah, Blood vs. Water. I forgot that even happened. It was fine. I mean, like it's Australia. It's what you would expect from Australian Survivor. I'm disappointed we didn't get a premiere date because I would like that for my schedule. It would be nice. But
I can't abandon them either.
Yeah, it was fine.
What was your hunting party doing?
After the proving, we were so angry. We wanted to strike back.
Bryce, would you be homeless for 5 years if we met Laura Connor one day? I'm sure Bryce would, right?
We fought with all our burning hatred. But in the dark and chaos, I couldn't see
it was Stand By Me, wasn't it? I forgot, dude. I barely remember it at this point. I mean, like, we did see Mark, which, thank God, everyone is so excited to see Mark back. We obviously saw Sandra in it.
Tell me what you want.
And then, like, barely remember anyone else.
Find my friends. We were so eager to
yeah, Sandra's going for daughter.
We didn't realize we'd reached the edge
which
of the
I
ruins.
believe that was who she was supposed to be on the original Blood vs. Water with. But, like, Nina was, like, too young at the time or something.
Have pity on us.
So, it should be interesting.
You have nothing to worry about on that end, trust me. I'll see what I can do about your friends.
Yeah, where did they show Andy? I think that's probably not a great sign for Andy in terms of his longevity on the show. The fact that they didn't even bother showing him in the promo, despite him being a returnee player. Dang it, I don't remember. Did they show Luke in Championship Contenders 2? I don't remember anymore. Okay. I don't know why the game just like spazzed out there. Oh, Nina, dude, I know nothing about her. So, I mean, if she's like a younger, more physically fit Sandra, then like there's potential there. But also, I think she has a pretty big target on her back. I would actually say I would not be surprised if she has more of a target on her back than Sandra herself. Where I feel like at least Sandra has like the allure of her being this two-time player and everything. Yeah, this is Australian Survivor. While like Nina only has like, oh, you're the daughter of this two-time player. It's like at least with Sandra, like there is this like meat shield element to her, and this like reverence for her. While like Nina doesn't have that, but also still has a target from being Sandra's daughter. So I would not be surprised if Nina is like one of the first few boots on the season, but it'll be interesting.
I'll tuck that away.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention. Like, how are the tribes structured? Like, I know the tribes are blood and water, which is fucking dumb, but I don't know much outside of that. Yeah, feel very bad for Kahata. Because, like, this is probably, like, I mean, to be fair, it's All-Stars, but, like, also, this is probably, like, one of his better seasons. in terms of the season, I I think he easily could have made the final here. And like while he was probably not winning with Casey in the final, yeah, it does suck that he has to go out that way due to something like completely out of his control. Also makes me wish that they like kind of changed the format a bit to allow him to stay, like where like what would they have to do? I guess they would have to do like a male elimination, and then like make him the new partner to who? Oh no, they would have to do a. Wait, no, how would they have to? I don't know, whatever, who fucking cares? I wish they did let him stay and him get a new partner, but it is what it is. Or maybe just like bring back someone from before, like someone. I mean, I guess who would you bring back though? Because like you can't bring back Kendall. She had COVID at the time. So it's like, who else are they bringing back at that point? So I don't know. I do feel for Kahada there. I would not be surprised if Sandra is the first boot. But I also, like, I don't know. Like, I would not be surprised if Sandra makes, like, a decent run. I don't think Sandra's winning. Like, I see no world where Sandra is winning. And it'll be hilarious if Sandra does win. But, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not even paying attention. Yeah, Sandra's not winning, but it definitely should be, interesting to see, how that plays out. Is Casey a better winner than Xavier? I think they're very close. To me, they're back-to-back. I did decide to put Casey above Xavier, but I think there's an argument for both ways there. But to me, like, they're back-to-back. I should go in the challenge? That would not go well at all. Like, if there's any show I can guarantee you I'll be the first boot on, it would be the challenge. Especially currently. Like, if this is me, like, I don't know, like, when I was 18 or something, then, like, maybe I could be the second boot. But, yeah, like, I have no chance. Nor would I want to go in the challenge anyway. Sandra's gonna prove me wrong. I would love to see it. Like, I think it'll be hilarious if Sandra wins Australian Survivor. Actually, I think what would be even more hilarious. I think it'll be hilarious if Sandra wins Australian Survivor, but does it in like a really terrible way. So at that point, like, I have to argue why she's still a mediocre player after she's won 3 times. I feel like that's going to be the the funniest outcome of Australian Survivor.
You're that brave who was outcast. What are you doing here?
Your friend Den told me to come find you. Why are you
also, yeah, I do find it weird too that they like completely shoved the Kendall situation under the rug by like making up the story of like, oh, she got a rib injury or whatever I forgot what it was, something like that, right? And like that's why she's out of the game. It's not because we were incompetent and she got COVID from a production member. But then like with the pregnancy thing, they're like, yeah, that's a major storyline. We're gonna show that, even though that's also us being incompetent.
We shouldn't be seen with you, or they might figure us out.
Yeah, it's versus CT and Brawl. Actually, has CT ever been in Hall Brawl? CT's never even been in Hall Brawl, right? Because I feel like everyone brings up that, oh, CT, like what, like he would be like no one wants to go against CT in Hall Brawl, but like also we've never actually seen CT in Hall Brawl. Like I'm sure he would be very good at Hall Brawl, but like I do find it humorous that like I feel like we haven't actually ever seen him in Hall Brawl, despite how much like people bring it up. But yeah, I did watch the challenge reunion. I actually watched it today because I forgot it was on last night. Like, I spent all last night editing my runner-up video, my runner-up ranking, global runner-up ranking, or got started on it. I'm not even I'm around a third of the way done with it, and it's already like 50 minutes long, so it's gonna be a long one. But yeah, also I have continued my challenge rewatch. I finished Inferno 2, finished Gauntlet 2, and finished Fresh Meat in the last like 4 or 5 days. So that's something also. Have I made the mid-tier yet? Actually, I believe I just finished the bottom tier, which is number like 58. I think it is, out of 91. So yeah, it's gonna be a long video. Something I've noticed is that the segments about each person get longer and have started to get longer. Like, it started off with like me talking about each person for about a minute. Now it's like at the point where like I'm talking about each person for almost 2 minutes. And I still have like around 3 hours of audio left. So yeah. I'm assuming it's going to be around like 2 hours, 15 minutes, I think. Which is technically shorter than my winter one, despite my winter one having more people, or having less people. Or it's barely short of my winter one, despite having less people. Either way. So it's like I am talking about people for shorter increments there on the runner-up ranking, but it's still going to end up being probably around 10 minutes longer, so.
I found your friends, you know where. They'll be back shortly.
I think Deshawn's around Twyla.
Thank you. What a relief.
Maybe.
You won't tell anyone.
Maybe not. I think I talked about where I would have Deshawn in terms of like comparing him to an international player.
You're right. The hymn atones for all
but
us.
I have I have Deshawn very close to Anella from SA. Which, to be fair, I haven't done a ranking of Anella either, so I guess that doesn't really tell you much. But smaller bottom tier, I think it's the top. I at least mentioned, I mentioned in the video, and now we're at the top of the bottom tier. So I assume it's actually the top of the bottom tier. I can actually look it up, look up my actual spreadsheet that I put together for it. If it would load. Sounds weird, it's taking forever to load. There we go. Okay, what do we have? So, yeah, I mean, it is. Actually, the middle tier is massive. The middle tier has 42 people in it. Yeah, so Laurel is the top of the bottom tier. The bottom tier has 34 people. Middle tier has 42 people. Top tier has 15. Which is also a difference from my previous runner-up ranking, at least with US, where, oh, maybe not. Okay. I thought it was actually a bigger difference. I did have more bottom, I feel like... Okay, I think more people were added to the middle tier, because I know I dropped some people from top tier to middle tier. And most of the bottom tier, I think, stayed around the same. Though, a lot of placements within it changed. Yeah. Yeah, I have lowered Susie. Susie's quite a bit lower, actually. Spoiler alerts, Susie might be very close to the bottom.
Me?
Well, you are a brave, aren't you? We need boar skins. Our Stitcher works his hands raw repairing cloaks and armor.
What do you think would happen if Colton and Sandra were on the same tribe? I feel like they would hate each other, right? Actually, I don't know. Is Colton part of the charity event community? Because Sandra is someone that is very close to all these people that go to a whole bunch of charity events. I don't know if Colton is part of that.
My ring had come loose. That was my luck in the wild.
But I don't know. It would be interesting.
Prized from a machine's jaws long past.
You put that much trust in a ring?
After all that's
Lauren
happened,
costs
I need
$50 on
luck as much
Cameo?
as the
That's a
tribe
shame.
needs those skins.
Maybe you should ask for that for your Christmas gift.
If you can help,
Get a
you
cameo
have my
from Lauren
thanks.
O'Connell.
I'll be at the
Sure, that'll work
campfire when
out.
you come by again.
Alright, what am I doing here? Oh, fuck, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Where's this one? Oh, this one's far away. Well, we'll do it. Here? Okay. Yeah, like, I feel like Colton is the type of person that Sandra would hate if they didn't know each other from outside the game. But I could see them, I could see if they were, outside of the game, I could see them getting along. There's another mission there. I guess we'll do that.
Please.
There.
You called to me?
You saved lives at the Proving. Hear me out, and you might save another.
Yeah, I'm sure
What's the
she'll
problem?
definitely decide to
How would you
go
like?
nude for $50.
Forget about me. It's my
That's
daughter,
definitely
Lorraine.
that definitely
She's in
seems like
danger.
what Lauren O'Connell would
She
do.
went after a scrapper near Mother's cradle, and I fear for her life. I can't even
Casey said in the
stand
official
up,
podcast
let
that
alone
she's
go
not
after her.
expecting to be called back
Will you help me find her?
because production doesn't like strong women. How did she say that on the official podcast?
Can't you ask a brave
Yeah, I'm
to look
assuming
for
the
her?
challenge, right? Yeah, how did she get away with saying that?
Please.
I mean, to be fair, if it happens, it's fine. Again, I'm fine without seeing Casey on the challenge.
Why would your
again.
daughter hunt a scrapper on her own?
Which season do you currently have at the bottom of the U.S. season ranking?
Tore up my leg.
I mean, I've always had Australian Outback. However, recently I have been thinking about Thailand. I think I'm gonna solidify my opinion on that after I do the rewatch for
It means everything to
the
her.
retrospective,
She went after
which
the
will be
scrapper.
sometime next year. But I would say as of right now,
You said
Australian
that
Outback.
Lorena
But I
went
think
to Mother's
Thailand's
Cradle?
very much bordering as
Southeast of here.
the worst
I
season.
forbid her from going, but ever since
for
her
US.
head, she's become impossible. Damn it, look at me.
What having someone naked on Cameo? I mean, is that against the rules? I don't know.
Find his daughter.
I would assume so, right? Cameo is
Help me
definitely not
set things right.
OnlyFans or whatever. Yeah, I was Lauren O'Connell that had gotten an OnlyFans at this point. I would assume that would have happened by now. Oh yeah, I'm sure if you requested for Lauren O'Connell to go nude, I'm sure she would ban you. Actually, I'm looking at Cameo. I haven't looked at Cameo in forever, but I love how Survivor is one of the first category, or it's actually the first category when you go to categories. Oh, Erica's the first person on there. Erica's $60. Erica's 60. I just realized Erica's $60 because Rob paid for for an Erica cameo. Rob Sisson,
I'll do what I can
So
to
he
help
actually
her,
paid her $60 for
Make
that.
sure
Goddamn.
she's all right.
Um,
I'm begging you.
You found Survivor podcast that has Thailand top 20. I'm surprised. I can see it from old school fans. I know David Bloomberg has said that Thailand's I think his second favorite season of all time or something dumb like that. So it's I get it if you were there at the time. However, I just can't imagine anyone saying it's a good season watching it now. That for the first time. There's just so much ickiness, and it's a very dark season as well. That it just doesn't hold up at all, really. And there's no real notable figures on the season there from a character standpoint. Even Brian, I never found Brian entertaining. So Liana shut down her cameo. That's probably for the best. Because I'm sure she probably got some hate there. Favorite gay player? I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot. It's not really something I've thought about. I like Ricard. I mean, that's a very recent one. But I'm sure there's an actual better answer,
I'll
though.
find a use for you.
Oh, Ron. Yeah, I love Ron. That's another one, too. Ron Clark. Voce's the only one from 41 not on Cameo. I mean, Voce's probably, like, doesn't need it, right?
Okay.
Like, he's like a doctor. It's like, why does he need to deal with cameos?
Like always.
Like, he's like a massive, like, neurosurgeon or whatever, right? Xander's $55. Shan is $49. I still see Leon on here for 40 or for 30.
Have I not kept
Deshaun is 30. Sydney is 20. That's a steal. I mean, Sydney cameo. By the way, I've seen that, like, Sydney's, like, talking a lot to Russell Hantz.
They're yours.
Online, and that's something.
Like the distant thunder.
I mean, Sydney's definitely, like, the person that, that's for, oh, Todd. Yeah, Todd. That's definitely a great answer. Thailand does have a returnee in Xi'an.
Wait at your camp,
but that's it, though.
I'll see what I can do.
Xi'an is back for All-Stars. And again, when the only returnee is the 10th place finisher on the season, that's kind of funny. Russell wants to do... I'm sure Russell wants to do Amazing Race with a lot of people. %, though, they are not putting Russell Hantz on the Amazing Race, especially with, like, Sydney. Like, if they're going to do it, they would probably do it with, like, Sean Hantz or something. But, like, even then, like, they're not fucking putting, Russell on Amazing Race. No, I did not see that video. They asked the contestants if they played the games they thought they would, and Voce just leaned at the camera and said no. That seems very Voce of him. I do really like Voce from the stuff we've seen from him postseason. He does seem to be pretty self-aware. And seems to take his like early boot in stride. Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, Sydney and Sarah are very close postseason, which is kind of weird because like they didn't, like, there was no pre-jury trip, so it's like
Trail Up the Rocks is close by,
and like they never interacted on the island, right? So I mean that must be like a purely like 100% post-game thing there. Yeah, it would have been great to see Voce make a deeper run. I think he definitely could have been like a David Wright-esque figure. If he had been able to, I mean, I don't know if it would have worked on this season. Like, really, I don't think this is the greatest path for him. But, like, I would not be opposed to a Voce return.
But it takes strong arms to reach the Overlook the fast way.
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be funny. Like, I mean, as much as I hate Amazing Race Family Edition, it'd be hilarious if they brought it back just to get the Hantz family on there. Okay, yeah. So I guess I'll talk about my opinions on the 3 seasons I watched of the challenge. Inferno 2, I would say my opinion went slightly up. Like, I think Inferno 2 it's a really good season. I actually didn't I put it. Where do I have it on the season ranking? I think I have it below... Yeah, I have it right below Inferno 1. I actually enjoyed my experience with Inferno 1 more. Inferno 2 is still very strong. There's a lot of drama, especially in the first half. I do feel like the back half gets kind of like... I don't know, just it's kind of boring a bit. But it's a strong season. I would say it's probably like a mid-tier season in the grand scheme of things. But like I haven't fully contextualized the series right now, but I would guess that's probably where it would land, which is up from where it was before. Then Gauntlet 2, I would say my opinion on Gauntlet 2 went down. Like, I was not super high on Gauntlet 2. Can I not climb this? Okay, I guess I can't. But I wasn't super high on Gauntlet 2 when I first watched it. But then, like, as time went on, I kind of liked it a bit more when I thought about, oh, like, Alton has a great arc here. You have Derek, who has a great arc here. You have Kino, who has a great arc here. But then, like, on the rewatch, you kind of realize that, like, it's still not that good. Like, it's not. Where did I put Gauntlet? I think I have Gauntlet 2 at number 5 of the 12 seasons I've watched so far. Yeah, I actually have Gauntlet 1. So this is my current rank. So Fresh Meat I have at 1 still. Of the 12 seasons I've watched. So to me, it's the best season of the first 12. Then I have Inferno, then Inferno 2, then Gauntlet 2, then Battle of the Sexes 2, Battle of the Seasons, Battle of the Sexes, and then the first 4 seasons because they're shit. So that's currently where I'm at. Again, Fresh Meat 2, I will say Fresh Meat 1. I would say my opinion of Fresh Meat went down on the rewatch, but I still like it. It's still a good season. I do think it is the best season of the first 12. I think it introduces a lot of like really, really iconic figures for the show. It's the first appearance of Wes. It's the first appearance of like Evan and Kenny. The first appearance of Casey, which I loved Casey on the rewatch. I forgot how fun Casey is on Fresh Meat. Which is ironic because I finished watching it last night and then I immediately followed that up with seeing Casey get DQ'd from All Stars 2. Okay, what the fuck is that? Where am I going? I'm definitely not going the right way. Okay, well, that's just me not knowing the controls well. I don't know where I'm going. Whatever. Yeah, Fresh Meat, it's an iconic season. It definitely changes the way the show is run moving forward. But I do feel like it's kind of stale at the beginning. At the beginning, obviously it is the Austin people getting picked off, and that's kind of boring from a game standpoint. But you do still have notable characters there. Again, you get a lot from Wes in that point of the season. And then I think the end game is really, really strong in Fresh Meat. Especially I think essentially everything from Final 6 on is really good. So it's it's still a good season. I would probably have it at the very bottom of top tier. I think if that's kind of where I'm thinking it's going to end up. Which I think it's actually where I had it before, but I just went to the same exact spot. Where the fuck am I going? How do I get there? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I do feel my general opinion of Fresh Meat has gone slightly down. Yeah, Evan and Kenny got in trouble during the filming of the Ruins, where supposedly they I don't know if the term is raped, but they I don't know. They essentially use a toothbrush to I don't know how to phrase this without making it sound even weird. Essentially, they did some stuff with Tanya that they later got sued for around the time of Rivals, and since then it is a commonly known thing that they're essentially banned from the show. And from what I understand, it's not banned because they're actually banned. It's not banned because they MTV doesn't want them. It's more so a ban because they would cost more money to bring on due to the insurance and all this other stuff. So yeah. Again, really a key situation there. How the fuck do I get up here? What the fuck is this? Okay, wait. Which I think is a massive shame, because I do think Kenny and Evan were both great TV. If only they weren't kind of dicks in real life. But it would have been cool to see. And and from what I understand, they have been called for All-Stars. I don't know how likely it is to actually see them back. But I really do wonder what would have happened. How challenge history would change if Kenny and Evan didn't get banned. Because if Kenny and Evan did not get banned, then Bananas is probably not as notable of a figure as he is. Like, I mean, really, I do feel like Kenny and Evan were both much more popular than Bananas at the time they had to quit, which was Rivals. And, like, I think Kenny for sure would have been on a billion other seasons afterwards. I do think Evan, like, might have retired. Again, Evan, like, even on Rivals was already, like, kind of out of shape, and supposedly he was going to grad school, and
might regret this.
yeah, and like he wasn't like taking that season too seriously. So I wouldn't be surprised if Evan like retired pretty soon. But I do feel like Kenny definitely, like, even now Kenny is like a personal trainer and everything, and like owns like a gym company thing. I don't know, something like personal training related. So it's like I think for sure Kenny would have been back over and over and over and over again. And, like, who knows where Kenny would be in Challenge history. Because, like, he has an insane run from when he's... should I just not do this mission? I really just don't give a shit about trying to find a way up. Oh, wait. There is a path, it looks like. But, yeah, like, out of the... Like, I don't remember how many seasons he does. But, like, he's only not in the final one season out of, like, the 8 or 9 seasons he does. Because, what, he's on every season from 12 to 21 with the exception of Duel 2, right? I think he's on literally every season, and he makes the final in all those seasons but the Duel. Like, he goes on an insane run there. Like, that's like, and like he's won, what, 3 seasons, right? So it's like, again, it's an incredible record, especially for someone like that isn't that good of a competitor. Like, Kenny is like a very like average competitor. But he's just like really, really good politically, to where he just was super close to a lot of the people that were like being cast at that time. Was able to kind of just steamroll a whole bunch of seasons, and even like when he wasn't like in something like what was it, Fresh Meat 2 was like the only season he comes into like where he's like at a massive disadvantage politically. Like there is the season that he's paired up with Laurel, and they end up like dominating competitively there. So it's like, I mean, like Kenny has like a really insane run, but like it really makes me wonder like what would have happened if he was on like Battle of the X's. And I'm just going around. Okay, fuck this. I'm done. I'm not doing this shit. Let's do the tall neck. Oh, fuck off. I have nothing I can fast travel to. I guess we'll go there. Coach did a holiday concert on Cameo. I think that seems very Coach of him. That sounds bizarre, though. Like, what the fuck? Wes and Banana would be more CTs rather than main characters. Probably. I mean, I think Wes would have probably been more, like, still been, like, a major character. I do think Bananas would have taken the backseat, though. Because obviously, like, the Kenny-Wes rivalry was such a major storyline at that point. Where, like, it goes across, like, from the Ruins, and then you have it in Fresh Meat 2, and then you have them on Rivals. And, like, even coming out of Rivals, they were not, like, on the greatest terms. So, like, I feel like that storyline would have still continued for a while. But, like, I just don't know what Bananas... Like, how... Like, would Bananas be that... I mean, like, I guess, like, he's still a good competitor. Like, Bananas still won Rivals with Kenny there. And, like... But does he win, like, Battle of the X's? I mean, I guess who's Kenny's ex coming into Battle of the X's if he was on there? Yeah, like, the Kenny-West rivalry was, like, such a massive thing, and you can definitely tell, yeah, that was, like, the main rivalry that they wanted for that season. Yeah, he couldn't get the Dragons back together? I'm like, what's Coach doing? Like, why have a concert at all if he can't get the Dragons back together? I mean, just fly in JT from Alabama, or wherever he's in. Get Courtney from New York. I mean, that also makes a lot of sense. That definitely wouldn't be difficult to do at all. You've only seen clips of pre-25 season. Yeah, like I really, to me, the peak of the challenge to me is that like 19 through like 26 ish spot. Like I think those are like the best seasons to me in terms of like the best stretch of seasons. And it's also like interesting now that I've watched like seasons 1 through 9. It really does recontextualize like seasons 10, 11, 12. To where like you just know so much more about like people like a Theo and people like a Shane, and I mean even like a Derek, and Darrell and like some of these other people that like get almost no content in Fresh Meat. Fresh Meat's such a weirdly edited season too. It's like Fresh Meat. It's like there's so many people on Fresh Meat that like are these big names. Like Coral is such a obviously massive figure in the challenge sphere, but like she's like barely on the show, or like she's not really like getting the same sort of content on Fresh Meat. Wait, where'd it go? Did it pass me already?
This should be a good spot for jumping onto the tall neck.
Wait, where is it? Am I being an idiot? Oh, there it is. Fuck me.
Alright. Now I just have to reach its head.
Rather listen to Wanda's solo album than Dragons? I don't think I would ever want to listen to Wanda's solo album. You hate Robin? I'm kind of like whatever on Robin. Like, I don't hate Robin, but I'm not like a massive Robin fan. It's weird how, like, I think I looked this up. Robin at one point in challenge history was the person that's been on the most seasons. Like, that's such a weird stat. I never actually paid attention to. I think, like, at the time, like, I think it was Duel 2, I think, that she was, like, the person that had been on the most seasons. Was Jodie as good in past challenges, or is she just in her peak right now? I mean, Jodie, like, from... I haven't watched the Duel. I haven't rewatched the Duel yet, but the Duel is, like, usually the season that is talked about. It's like, that's her best season. And, like, from what I remember, yes, like, she's a very good, like, winner in that season. But, like, she's kind of, like, whatever on, what was her first... Wait, she was on... Yeah, because she was on Inferno 2, then Gauntlet 2, right? Inferno 2, like, she's just there, and she's not, like, that well respected. And I mean, she is a rookie coming into that season, but like she's also like not doing that great on that season. Like she's looked at as like one of the weaker women on the cast, or on the good guys team. But then like Gauntlet 2, she's pretty strong. Like she's a solid competitor in Gauntlet 2. But it's like I don't think it's really until the Duel that it's like she's like a top tier competitor. And like now in All Stars 2, she's fucking incredible. Like she's won like almost every daily. So yeah, I mean like I think Jodie. It would have been interesting to see if Jodie had returned beyond the Duel.
Oh, it's you. The outcast turned.
Because I think she's someone that probably could have been
some even say
like a definitive all-time great.
I think I hear a
the thing is that I just don't think Jodie's that good of TV though.
Interested. I have more important things to do.
Like I don't remember her being that interesting on the Duel.
The Seeker doesn't have
and
time
like she's probably more interesting in Inferno 2 and Gauntlet 2 than she is on the Duel. And like on this season, like she's not that entertaining of a character.
Danced with demons, but I have earned a few sons at the hunting grounds at Valley.
But
have you?
Again, she's a good competitor though.
Maybe your seeking hasn't taken you that far.
Cagayan versus the Duel versus BB10 versus Tar 5. I think Cagayan is number one.
You went to a hunting grounds in Valley.
I think
is that even in the same
I might actually put Amazing Race 5 above Big Brother 10.
It used to be ours, but
like I would definitely rather rewatch Amazing Race 5 than Big Brother 10.
Unclear. Most Nora don't go there, but the matriarchs.
And to fair, I think that's more of a like Big Brother versus Amazing Race in terms of the format sort of thing. Like because obviously Big Brother is like a much bigger commitment. But I would like I think I would probably have Amazing Race 5 above Big Brother 10. And then I think the Duel is probably last of those four. But
how did you win those sons?
It's still very good though. With 3 different yeah, I did see Paramount Plus is adding what was it? It's essentially going to have all of Australian Survivor. It's going to have all of Survivor New Zealand, and it's going to have SA Season 6 on. So that's cool.
Do you try to provoke everyone you talk
it will
Only
be
suitors
interesting
with red hair and big
to see more
reputations.
people watch
Then
those
how often do they
seasons.
come around?
Especially SA. I feel
You're
like
the
SA
first I've
Philippines
seen
is the
today.
most interesting.
If
See
your
people's
seeking takes you to the
reactions
hunting
too.
grounds, see if you can earn a blazing sun.
The episode
If you
4 is
do,
the only episode she didn't win
you'll know you
anything.
beat me.
Yeah.
Consider it done.
Again, like Jodie's very, very good on this season. She's a more likable Casey. I think that's probably a good comparison. I mean, like Jodie did bring some drama early on. Like it's weird. Like it's when she's not as good of a competitor, she is a more interesting character. Actually, what am I doing here? Because like she does bring a lot of drama with the like in Gauntlet 2, she brings a lot of drama with her and Robin, or like her and Mark Long having dated or whatever, and like Robin being upset by that. You have what's she doing in Inferno 2? I feel like and you also have the Danny stuff. That's something I like completely forgot about, is like how much of a lunatic Danny is on Gauntlet 2. Like that was hilarious. See, like Danny just get this like massive meltdown in his beat episode. Like, to be honest, that might be like one of the best parts of Gauntlet 2. Hoping they bring on SA9. I'm assuming they will. Again, like the fact that they have like SA8 and Brains vs. Brawn on there, like 2 seasons that literally aired this year. Like I would not be surprised if they just like continue adding.
Thanks for saving me from those machines.
Do I think Jodie is stronger than every female on season 37? I don't think every. Like I think in like as of right now, I would say Tori is probably better than Jodie.
Father sent me after you. It's time to go home.
Like yeah, I think if we were gonna have like a face off between the two, I feel like I would say like I would put my money on Tori over Jodie. But it's like everyone else, like possibly. Like I think there's probably a debate between her and Casey. And then, like, who else in Spies, Lies, and Allies is actually that good? Maybe Ashley? But it's like, I would, I think Jodie's very, very strong. I would,
How did you wind up in that tree?
I would have her,
I tracked the scrapper
better than
to
everyone
Mother's
but
cradle.
Tori, I
Had a
think.
glimpse of it too,
How
but
big
then
do you
a
do on the
wolf saw
challenge?
me and
Very
called his
bad.
pack.
I think he would be the first
Oh,
two.
Mother, I'm just not a good enough hunter to get that spear back, am I?
Are there any All-Stars who would actually last on the regular challenge? Again, I think Jodie would do pretty strong. I'm trying to think. Jeanne. I think Jeanne would do pretty good. It would be interesting actually to see Jeanne on like that's the thing I don't know. It's like how are people going to make the transition from All Stars to the main show at this point? I feel like that just seems like a weird prospect. Where like to me, you could see the people going from the main show to All Stars, but like the other way around just feels weird.
Go find your father.
Nehemiah, I think Nehemiah and Derek, I think are two.
Oh no.
Darrell, I mean, but even Darrell's like dominating on All Stars. Yeah, like his Double Agents run was just kind of mediocre. So like, I don't know. Like I don't know how well. Oh, Brad's another one I think would probably do well still. But like I don't think. In terms of the men's side of things, I do feel like a lot of... Yeah, we can talk about cast spoilers, for sure, in All Stars 3. I wouldn't talk about game spoilers, though. I am spoiled on All Stars 3, but I'm not going to talk about game spoilers in terms of what happens. But yeah, we can talk about the cast, though.
Got one.
Yeah, like All Stars 3's cast is insane. Like it's a really it's a strong cast. Like I do think it's like gotten to the point where it's a bit too modern. Like that's something that's kind of like annoying. Like because obviously like All Stars was supposed to be like all the oh, I'm an idiot. I need to do this. Yeah, All Stars supposed to be like all these old school people coming back, and like with All Stars 3, like we're essentially getting to like relatively recent people. I mean, like when Kayla is on the cast. Someone who debuted on Invasion of the Champions, which was what, like 5 years ago? How long was Invasion? It wasn't that long ago, right? This was 2017. Holy shit, I didn't realize it was that recent. So not even 5 years ago. Like, that's kind of insane. Like, I think that's just kind of dumb. But it's still, like, a really, really strong cast. Like, I think we're looking beyond the All-Stars concept. I think it is a very strong cast. But I think it is underwhelming from, like, an All-Stars perspective. And I think it would have been even more insane if Bananas was on it. Because, like, Bananas was obviously, like, on it supposedly until the last second, and then he dropped out. But if he was on it, like, that makes it an even more insane cast. Where it's, like, it's essentially the, like, almost all the big names of the challenge are there. I mean, okay, let's look at the All-Stars 3 cast. But, like, I actually even, like, was so impressed by the cast that I thought about doing a video, a cast reaction. Which I didn't end up doing because, like, I forgot. I was busy at the time, right? Like, I think there was Survivor South Africa and Australian Survivor that were about to end. But, like, outside of CT, like, in terms of the men's side of things, like, it is a pretty stacked cast. Yeah, you got Brad, Darrell, Derek, Jordan, Mark Long, either way. But you got, like, MJ, Nehemiah, Tyler, Wes, Yes. It's like, that's a really, really stacked cast.
Daybreak.
And also, like, including the context of, like, again, I'm spoiled on All-Stars too. But, like, adding that context, which, again, won't mention exactly what I'm talking about, but it's, like, adding in that is, like, it makes this even more of an insane cast. And then, like, again, women, it's a bit, like, less, like, I mean, you do have Veronica, which is a great get. You have Tina back. You got Naya, who is, like, icky, but also, like, great TV. So it's like, I don't know, that's a question mark. But yeah, you got Kendall is fine. Kellyanne, Kayla, John A, Jemmy, Beth. I mean, again, like, it's a solid cast. Still very questionable to me that Beth was an alternate or whatever. But whatever. Oh, by the way, how the fuck was Dan Renzi only an alternate? Like, how'd they not put Dan on the cast? Not that Dan would be the weakest competitor of this bunch, but still, like, I would love to see Dan back.
Could be something around that.
Like, I did really, really love Dan on Inferno 2. So yeah, underwhelming that he wasn't there, but hopefully he's on All-Stars 4. Also disappointing that Kahada wasn't there. I don't know if, like, Kahada turned it down or what, but especially, like, given the context now of, like, how he, like, gets DQ'd because of Casey. Like, sucks to not see him come back there. But to be fair, Kahada's one of these people that, like, usually takes massive breaks. But also, like, he was supposed to be on All-Stars 1. So it's like, I don't know. Would have been cool to see him there. Like, a really, really insane cast. Like, I think this is a really, really strong cast. And I'm just excited to actually see it. Oh, I forgot about that. There was the reunion for Real World Los Angeles, which again I haven't watched. I never watched the Real World, so it's like I feel like it's just kind of weird to jump into those. You know, now I have a lot of, like, context behind the Real World from the challenge, but also, like, I'm not that interested in watching those reunions. But yeah, I forgot she had just filmed that, right? So that's probably a reason. Any Christmas plans? Not really. Like, I believe my family is going out to eat at a Chinese restaurant, so I'll be going there. But not really anything else. Well, there we go. Yeah, again, like, when you have Tina on the cast, it's like, how do you not put Beth on there? And again, if it's true that like Beth didn't want to be on the cast with Tina, then that's like kind of underwhelming. But like to be honest, like Beth is someone that I just find such a weird like. Tina and Beth were on the duel. Was when that happened. I mean, to be fair, like they also like Tina and Beth hated each other even in Inferno 2, I think it was. But yeah, it really was the duel that is what the main stuff comes from. Yeah, like I just don't like Beth. I don't know how much into the joke Beth is, or like into like because Beth seems to be someone to me that is like very calculated in terms of her perception on reality TV. However, like I don't know how much of that is actually true. Like, is she actually the person she is on the show, or is she like very much playing that up? Like I actually like I don't know.
Better check the other side.
Yeah, Beth is incredible in the duel. It's kind of a shame that that's like premature. I mean, she's on Gauntlet 3, but she has a relatively short run there. It's like Duel's really like her last like true season to me. I'm too fair. I guess she does have like her and Coral get into fights, right? And where am I going? Like I have no clue what I'm doing. There we go. But it's also weird, like, Beth literally I think Beth mentions at the beginning of the duel, right, that she says, oh, I'm gonna keep on coming back as long as they call me, and then like, she just doesn't come back after the Gauntlet 3, which was, like, the next season that she was on, so, I always found that kind of weird. I also find it, again, like, we mentioned Kenny earlier, but, like, I believe Kenny at the reunion of Rivals literally states, I'll be doing these things forever, and then, like, he's never on the show again. So that's, like, another kind of humorous one. Oh, she's great on Inferno, too, Beth. No, Beth's not the one that did the Veronica thing. That was Julie, who, her last appearance was Gauntlet 2, but she's not like that, and she makes a deep run there, but she's not that notable in Gauntlet 2. Like, really, I mean, Gauntlet... Wait, was that Gauntlet or Inferno? Fuck. I think it's Inferno, right? Anyway, whichever season that was in, that's probably her best, like, TV season. Like, is that the season that she got in a fight with Coral? Because I think that's the same season, right? Yeah, that was Inferno that they got into the fight. Yeah, it's also where, yeah. I have it in my notes. I love Julie. Julie tries to kill Veronica. Yeah, I love Julie as a character. She's an incredible character. In that season. Again, she's kind of... She's hit or miss beyond that, but, like, she's, like, one of these people, like, is, like, this very religious, like, Mormon girl, but, like, she's also, like, kind of a lunatic outside of that. Yeah, she was very likable on Extreme Challenge, too. Because, like, there she was... Like, that was when she was pretty young, right? I believe that was, like, almost... That was not too long after her Real World season. And, like, she was, like, still trying to get back... Like, so she got kicked off... She got kicked out of her college, which was, like, an all... Or, no, it was, like, a college that had rules that you can't live with a person of the opposite sex outside of family members. And, like, because she was on the Real World, they kicked her out of school. And then, like, during Extreme Challenge, she was, like, still fighting with her school to get back in and stuff. I think that's something that, like, made her a bit likable there. I mean, too, Veronica didn't really get killed. I mean, like, they were still, like, even though she was trying to get Veronica out of the harness, like, they still had, like, other, things on her. So it's, like, even if Julie did untie her, like, she would have, like, Veronica would have been fine still. It's just that, like, it is still a very, like, scary thing to be involved in there. Sandra cooked a steak on Insta. Oh, do they give steaks on Australian Survivor? I think I don't remember steaks being on Australian Survivor. There probably are, but I feel like I don't remember too many steak rewards. I don't know why, like, whenever I think of Australian Survivor, the first reward that came to mind was Gerald being so excited to get milk. Which, like, just sounds like one of the worst rewards to have in, like, the middle of, like the blazing heat of, like, the Australian outback. Where am I going? Recover spear. Wait, where's that? Oh, whatever. Sandra's never been to an auction? Interesting. Has she even been on a season that had an auction? Yeah, I don't even think she's been on a season that had an auction, right? Because... if she wasn't at an auction in both Pearl Islands and Here's the Villains, then, like, she doesn't play again until Game Changers, which is at the point where they already got rid of it, so... That's interesting. This is it.
A well-made weapon. Arana will be happy to have it back.
Last auction was Worlds Apart. Because they thought that Shireen broke it, essentially. And also, like, that's where Jeff started saying, like, I don't know how interested people are in watching people eat food on TV anymore. So yeah, they stopped doing it. Buying everyone a drink if Sandra makes merch. I don't think that's out of the realm possibility. I just don't think she's gonna win. Like, I don't think she'll make it. Like, I tell you what, even beyond the early merge, I feel like that is pretty unreasonable to me. But, like, I think she could make the merge. Do I like Veronica? I like Veronica as a character. Like, I think she's great TV. I mean, she does she does some very unlikable things. Like, yeah, she's obviously, like, kind of like the leader of the mean girls. On, like, Inferno 2 and, like, even, like, seasons before that. You have her in, like, the Ruins, like, the way she treats Tanya is, like, really terrible there.
First you send Arana back to me, and now you've got the spear.
I kind of like Veronica. Like, yeah, like, I like, respect what she brings to the show. And, like, I'm excited to see, like, how she does in All-Stars 3.
And thank you for bringing back the spear.
Your mother knew how to craft them. It's
but, like, again, like, kind of, like, there's definitely some icky stuff surrounding her.
I'd be happy to take a look at your spear.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to see the auction be brought back. Like, to us, like, I don't even think it's that broken. Like, it's not, like, it's like, obviously they continue doing the same things, then,
she would have liked you.
Like, people will, like, stop buying food to get advantages and that sort of thing, and that's the thing that they worry about. But yeah, like, just tell people that there's not going to be no advantages, but then, like, Jeff, again, that's why Jeff said, like, oh, it's not interesting to see people eat food, and that's why they don't do it, but I don't know. I still, I would love the auction to return. Yeah, like, obviously we've seen, like, Survivor South Africa and Australian Survivor do auctions and change up the format. So, I would like it back. Shireen's your least favorite player ever? I did not like Shireen. Like, I liked Shireen at first. Like, I really liked Shireen up until Cambodia, and then, like, Cambodia kind of soured me on Shireen. With how she acted after Cambodia, I should say. And then, like, on Sequester and stuff, I didn't really like Shireen. Height advantage in the food? That'll be fun. Shireen's a mediocre player, but, like, not, like, absolutely terrible, but, like, I mean, how many players are there again? Like, there's, like, 500 something. Like, she would probably be, like, somewhere in, like, the 200 to 300 range, if I were to guess. Or maybe, actually, probably 3 to 400, let's say that. I mean, Shireen, like, has a tough time winning that season. Because like I don't think any of the majority alliance were voting for Shireen there.
Wherever these machines
So yeah, you have the no callers. But like, even the no callers, like I don't think like I mean it's like they're at the end against Mike. Like I like if Shireen's at the end against Mike, like Mike's winning their votes there. Like it didn't even seem like they were that close to Shireen. Or like even at the merge vote, they didn't even know Shireen voted with them until after the fact. Like they thought Will was still on their side right away. So it's like I think Jen and Shireen became close by the end of it, but like I don't think Shireen was that close to like Joe and Haley on the island. Hey, you really love the Gabon option, don't you? Actually, I would like to do a ranking of the options at some point. I mean, there's not even that many in US, right? There's only like, how many are there? There's like 15 maybe? Because like even before they got rid of it in Worlds Apart, like it was like kind of like an every other season sort of thing. Randy needs another deep run, I guess. Yeah, I've heard that rumor too, that Kenny got called for like other seasons. Like what I assume happened is that like he got like a availability call, but like I doubt it went too much further than that. And I think by him saying that, it's like, oh, I declined. Like I think it's more so like I think it's kind of like a Brian Heidick thing with Survivor, where like Brian Heidick claims he's gotten calls, but he's like said no because like he wanted more money and stuff. Like I think that's kind of what Kenny is doing, where like he's like making it seem like, that, like, I'm the reason I'm not back, not them. Oh, I think of Shireen's Cambodia game, it's terrible. I mean, like, she gets Vetus out, but, like, that's pretty much it. I think I feel like I remember, like, Kenny did an interview where he confirmed it. Can I make a video predicting how Australian Survivor at every Survivor US winner? I think that'll be a fun one. I don't know how like immediate that sort of video would be, but that would be a funny video though. Let's jot that down. What would it be like? What if Survivor US had Australian Survivor edit? I don't know what the fuck it's called. Whatever. I feel like Erica for sure. Like her edit would be like ridiculous. Like they would really go over the top on like. And to be fair, I mean they kind of did like by the end game anyway, and like propping up her game, but I feel like they would like go really overblown. I'm again, like I mentioned before, I think what they would do with the Sean targeting Erica in episode 4, they would like turn it around to like that being like a great move for Erica. I mean, to be fair, they would probably just show the other side of it, right? Like they would only show the conversation of Deshaun wanting to get rid of Sydney. But like prop it up as like, oh, this is Erica's doing that, they're doing this. I don't know. Like I don't know if much changes like Tony, Tommy, and like does much change with Tommy? I guess he's probably just there more, right? But actually, that's not even necessarily the case, because like someone like Shane Gould wasn't like that prominent in the edit.
Come on.
For a majority of it, at least. Yeah. Yeah, someone mentioned like a while back that they didn't like Evan with the challenge. Like, to me, I really like Evan. I don't know. Like, I've always liked Evan, personally. Like, I like Evan for sure more than Kenny. Does challenge have a winner at it? Not really. I think that's even more indicative by this season of Casey. Like, I think there's, like, again, like, I think it's like every other reality show where, like, there is foreshadowing within how they're portraying things. And there's, like, obviously, like, just general trends where you can tell they're trying to prop someone up because they eventually win. But, like, I don't think it's just, like, a common thing. Like, because, like, again, like, I think CT, by the end of it, you kind of got the sense that he was winning. Like, that penultimate episode just felt like them, like, propping up CT. Again, Casey, like, I don't think Casey got a winner's at it. Like, she's barely on the show, so. And then, like, even, like, at the, like, really her only storyline across the entire season is the Nany Casey thing, which that's not really even setting up to a win at all. And then you also have her, like, her being injured the previous season. Like, that could have been, but, like, they never focus on that. So, like, I don't know. I don't think, okay. You think Kenny's confessionals are better? I personally think Evan's confessionals are better. Like, I think they're both dicks, but, like, to me, like, Kenny just seems like an actual dick. Well, like, with Evan, I think he's, like, kind of, like, there's kind of a more likable side to him, to me. Where, like, I just feel like Kenny is just, like, actually unlikable. I mean, I think every show has it has editing trends. However, I think Survivor is, like, one that's, like, obviously most known for having a winner's edit, just because, like, there's so many previous seasons to really gauge from, like, so that you know how things are being edited. But, like, I'm trying to, like, The Circle is a show that, like, you can very much tell who's winning The Circle based on how it's, like, I knew for sure that James was winning coming into the finale of season 3 of US. I knew Delisa was winning season 2. Again, Joey is, like, not hard to believe, but I don't remember if I actually thought he was winning or not at the time. But still, it's like, The Circle has very blatant winners edit there, on the US version at least.
Here they come. Corrupted watchers.
And, like, Amazing Race, I believe, like, again, I never paid attention to Amazing Race editing too much. But, like, again, from what I understand, Amazing Race also has kind of blatant winner edits. But yeah, like, Big Brothers, you can't have a winner's edit. Because they don't know the winner beforehand. I think you can, like, I think the finale, you can definitely tell who they're propping up, based on, like, their knowledge of who has the biggest chance of winning, based on the jury. But there's definitely not a winner's edit across the entire season. Yeah, like, the challenge has no, like, I don't know what the fuck the challenge is doing with the editing. Like, it's just so bizarre that, like, Casey got this sort of edit for her winning the season. I mean, I don't think that's like, the thing with, like, Xavier and Cody is that, and, like, again, just in general, Big Brother, it's not really that they're, like, because, again, the entire point of a winner's edit is the knowledge that they are the winner and that you're editing them to lead up to them winning the game. Like, with Xavier and Cody, it's like they're editing them that way because, like, that's just the natural, like, way to portray them. like, especially with Cody. Like, Cody, it's like, it's such a foregone conclusion that Cody's, like, in a dominant position, that's how you have to portray him. Like, it's not because they're, like, purposely trying to portray their winner in a certain way. It's more so just because, like, that's kind of what they have to do there.
Red light means
and,
trouble.
Xavier actually, like, it kind of gets a weird edit, if I remember right, where, like, he's not that prominent until, on the main show, until week 3. And in week 3, he gets a lot of content because he's HOH. Then, like, he kind of just falls into the background again until, like, mid-game, and then, like, all of a sudden, like, starts getting a bit more content at that point. Yeah, like, I mean, like, with Big Brother, it's like, I think the biggest example of there being no winner edit is, like, Steve from BB17. Where, like, Steve gets, like, he gets a decent amount of content week 1, but, like, he's invisible. Like, pretty much up until, like, final 7 afterwards. Also, Andy, I think, is a good example, where, like, you see nothing of, Andy's game on the editing show, for most of the season. I talking about Xander. I think Xander got a big edit because, like, or got the edit that he got because he was the underdog. I do think it's like Xander's kind of just a weird person to me in terms of the show, but he's like, he talks up his game quite a bit in the confessional, but like, there's no actual like credence to the things he's propping up his game for. So I just find that kind of weird. Forget that Steve won on a constant basis. I mean, like, I think, I mean, like, I'm too fair. I'm someone that, like, remembers every winner and everything. Like, in order and stuff, because, like, I talk about a lot about it in videos and stuff. But, I don't know. I remember Steve won. Wish we could see more Maggie's game. Yeah, I mean, again, like, BB6 is a season that's, like, more so focused on drama. And to be fair, that is the majority of the season, is, like, the two sides fighting against each other. But yeah, I do wish we got to see more of the inner workings of Maggie, of the, like, the nerd herd. I mean, like, from what I know, it's like Maggie was, like, obviously very well positioned winning it. Or like she had a vet, and April both wanting to take her to the end by the end game. Mind you, does she lose against April? I forgot. I did that in one of the videos, didn't I think she loses against April, right? She almost loses against the vet. Like, the only reason she wins is, like, again, like, debatably Howie voted incorrectly, but also debatably Howie didn't want to piss off Rachel, who was very anti-Yvette. But either way, it's like, were they still getting those? Still getting buy followers thing?
Valley of corruption. Time to see if the Karja Fort will let me pass over the mountains.
There we go. Maggie was like Derek Light. In terms of like control of the game, kind of. I mean, I think there's a major difference in the sense that Derek was much better with the people outside of the majority than Maggie was. Where, like, Maggie was hated by half the house. Like, the entire other half the house absolutely hated Maggie. And, like, the only reason Maggie ends up winning is because Yvette does an even worse job with Rachel. Where, like, if it wasn't for that, Maggie loses the game in almost every final jury scenario because of how hated she was by the Sovereign. Like, Janelle absolutely hated Maggie. Like, you had James who hated Maggie.
Brew that up later.
It's like, that's the issue to me with Maggie's game, is just like how she absolutely ostracizes like half the house. And It's like, again, like, she very rarely wins the game. Well, so you have, like, Derek, where, like, Derek wins, like, pretty much every single jury scenario. With the only exception probably being, like, again, if he took Victoria, like, Victoria could have gotten some votes there, but even then, like, Derek would have won, right? But it's like I don't think there's any scenario Derek loses the game in a Final 2 scenario. I feel like Derek knows nothing about Maggie's games. I don't think Frankie beats Derek. Again, Frankie was someone that by the time that the jury phase started, he was someone that was kind of disliked. And also by, like, him, again, like the Ariana Grande situation, like him revealing that kind of turned some people off. And also by the time that we got to, like, the double eviction portion and everything, we got these segments from the jury. They were already talking about how great of a game Derek is playing. Like, I don't think Frankie beats Derek. Mind you, I don't know if Frankie takes Derek to the end. I think that's the one question mark of Derek's end game, is that had the redo of the Final 5 not happened, does Frankie actually take Derek to the end? Like, I think Frankie for sure takes Derek to Final 3, where I do think he tries to get the 3 with Caleb and Derek. But, like, if Frankie wins Final HOH, does he take Derek to the end? I think that's the question mark. But, like, I think if Frankie takes Derek to the end, I think Derek for sure wins. Like, I actually, again, in the Frankie-Derek Final 2, like, I don't know if Frankie's getting more than, like, 1 vote from possibly Zach. Like, I think everyone else votes for Derek. Was Victoria was taking Derek, for sure, if she wins Final HOH. Like, that's not even a question. The question is, does Derek take Victoria, which I don't think he does, but... and if Victoria takes Derek, Derek wins, like, for sure. Like, the only reason they would vote for Victoria over Derek is if Derek cut Cody to take Victoria, which, again, was this deal that he made to the core of the detonator. Oh, I guess it was him, Frankie, Caleb, Cody. They made a deal to not take Victoria to the end, and if if one of those 4 did take Victoria to the end, then they vote for Victoria to win the game. And, like, that's why, like, Cody never even considers not taking Derek to the end. Because of the worry that, like, Victoria would win. Which, I don't think Victoria would win, but, like, I think Victoria for sure gets votes. Like, even Caleb has said that he would have voted for Victoria if Cody had Derek there. So, like, I think and Derek has also said that he would have voted for Victoria over Cody if Cody had betrayed him there. So, like, Victoria does get votes, but I do think Cody still pulls it out. Yeah, Jocasta and Donnie could have voted for Victoria as well. And to be fair, Frankie could possibly go for Victoria as well at that point. But, like, I don't think those are, like, super likely. Like, I don't see all the pieces coming together to where they would actually hand the win to Victoria.
So, will you open the gate for me now?
You heard her! Open the gates! And send word to Captain Ballon. Where you headed, girl?
West!
Oh no, I mean, Victoria, like, again, Derek completely snowed Victoria. Victoria thought she was the mastermind. Like, that's the thing, like, look up Victoria's exit interview with RHAP. It's fucking hilarious. Where she talks about how she was the mastermind of the game and how, like, she was gonna beat Derek at the end and everything.
We're the ones who should be thanking you for taking down those machines. Walking light, Nora.
I think Frankie had respect, but not enough to beat Derek. Like, I think Frankie would beat Caleb. And I think Frankie would probably beat Cody. But I don't think he has a shot against Derek. Again, to me, like, Derek just had such a stranglehold on that season. to where the jury just really adored Derek that I just don't see. Actually, no, I did mention before. I do think Donnie and Jocasta vote for Frankie. I did forget about that. But still, like Cody, especially in that situation in this situation, we're assuming Frankie wins out, right? And like Derek isn't as involved. Like Derek has nothing to do with Cody actually going home.
Keep to the road.
And to be fair though, if Frankie wins out, like Derek is voting out Caleb at 4, right? Because I think what would happen is that Frankie would have put up Cody and Caleb, thinking that Derek is going to vote out Cody, only for Derek to actually vote out Caleb. I think that's probably what would have happened at 4. And then Frankie wins final HOH. Like, what happens at that point? I guess at that point he is taking Derek over Cody.
What do you need, Captain?
So I guess like he probably does get to the end with Frankie if Frankie does win out. Just because like he kind of forces his hand because like Frankie wants to go to the end with Caleb, I think.
We left some men behind when it closed.
But if Derek votes out Caleb at 4, which is probably the most likely scenario, then like that option's not even available for Frankie.
told us to pull back.
And, like at that point, Frankie gets to. And it's a Frankie Derek final 2, where again I think Cody votes for Derek. I think Caleb votes for Derek. I think Victoria votes for Derek. Nicole votes for Derek, and Hayden votes for Derek. That's 5 already, and he wins. I think Christine votes for Derek over Frankie at that point. And then I think Jocasta and Donnie vote for Frankie, and I think Zach could be in the middle. But even then, I think he needs Derek, considering he was very pro Derek once he left the house.
Machines grow more dangerous all the time. Add to that bandits and new reports of this corruption. We're stretched thin to protect the
Victoria against Derek, I think is a tougher road there.
Travel at your own risk.
Because like if it's Victoria and Derek, let's say Derek cuts Cody and takes like Derek wins final HOH, cuts Cody, takes Victoria. I do think Cody probably votes Victoria, being more willing to vote for Derek than Derek is. But let's just say he votes for Victoria for sake of argument. Asta and Donnie, let's just say they vote for Victoria over Derek. But yeah, like Zach's not voting for Victoria. Nicole and Hayden are not voting for Victoria over Derek. You got Frankie. I mean, I don't know, like Frankie and Caleb. It really comes down to like, are they really going to follow the pact?
Can't you send more soldiers to find the missing men?
If they follow the pact, then obviously, then
Those Norris still don't take well to the sight of Carja armor.
Then I mean, I guess Victoria would have a good shot at winning that. But
not to do that again.
Actually, really, it would come down to Cody.
Please say yes.
Because I think Cody would be more of the swing.
Nothing, sir.
Christine would vote for Derek. Yeah, so I think Cody becomes the swing, actually, if they do decide to follow the pact.
What is this place exactly?
Day Tower marks the eastern edge of Carja territory.
But again, without that pact in place, like, they're not fucking voting for
One with an
Victoria.
ugly reputation among your people.
Where again, like, the only reason they would vote for Victoria is because of the pact that Derek made. Which he always knew that he was sticking true to. Because again, like, Derek always planned on going to the end with Cody. But he also wanted Victoria along as a backup, to where if Victoria had somehow miraculously won, then she would also be taking him to the end. And in that position, he would beat her because he didn't betray Cody at that point.
My task is to make sure there are no further provocations from the Sundom, especially now after, well, while your people recover from this terrible attack. I mean,
yeah, it's funny when like people are delusional about the games that they played.
It's a changed place, a living city, nothing like it was during the rule of Sun King Jiran.
Like something I was I'm editing the global runner-up ranking. I just talked about Scoopin not too long ago in the ranking, and it is funny like how like delusional Scoopin was in Philippines, where like he thought he was like the biggest jury threat in the game, despite like people keep on telling him like he's gonna lose at the end. Yet for some reason he keeps on thinking that he's gonna beat Malcolm at the end.
Sun King Jiran would shed blood at any slight. For Sun King Avad, that's a last resort. Lucky for those who slight him. Some whisper
16 the strongest CBS cast. I don't know if it's the strongest, like
the
thing is like it has like these people that come back and win. Obviously we have Nicole and Cody come back and win from that season. We obviously have Derek, but I feel like the overall caliber of the cast is not the greatest. I mean, you have like Pow Pow, you have Devin, you have Joey, you have Victoria, you have Jocasta, you have some really bad players there.
Aaron played a part. Oseram's siblings, bigger than life.
And then you have like a beast mode cowboy who's like kind of delusional for most of the game.
Scaled the North Cliff with my men and secured the Temple of the Sun. Sent Duran's
so like I think if we're talking about like gameplay wise, like it's like a season of high highs but low low. It's kind of like Cook Islands in a way, where like there's some like major like heavy hitters there. Then there's also like some like nobodies.
But not as grateful as Waleed.
I don't know any casting rumors for 38. I have not seen any. Mind you, I haven't really been looking, but I don't know. I don't know if there's much out there. Like, I know, like, people that aren't going to be on, or at least have said that they're not going to be on. Again, who knows if that's true. Because, like, Nani said she wasn't going to be on Spies, Lies, and Allies, and turns out to be on that. But, like, again, like, CT supposedly is taking a break. Big T is supposedly taking a break. Corey is supposedly taking a break.
These machines or the shaman's damn nonsense. It's worse.
But, yeah, I haven't heard anything about 38. That's solid. I'm very interested in seeing the cast. Like, I'm very interested because, like, supposedly, like, pretty much everyone within reason got an availability call. Like, that's something we know. So it's like, you know, like, I mean, like, it would be cool to see. Again, I've always been a big proponent of Paulie as a TV character. I would love to see Paulie on the challenge again. Like, I know that Paulie is someone that is hate. Oh my God, we're that far away. Oh, we're going to Meridian. Yeah, let's go to Meridian. Fuck it, let's go to Meridian.
Then he will pay for all the lives he's ruined.
Yeah, like, I know people hate Paulie, but like I just think Paulie is such an incredible TV character, even though he's a very like unlikable person. Heard that Priscilla is anti-vax. Well, that's true. I know Corey is, right? Like, is that the like? Do you have to be vaxxed to be on the show now? Like, is that a requirement nowadays on the challenge? Because obviously that would make things a lot fucking easier in terms of COVID things. Yeah, did they give a fuck on the challenge? I guess not, right? I guess, again, this is the fucking show that won't even give out a pregnancy test or, yeah, I mean, they definitely don't give a shit. Yeah, I knew on the reunion, I knew you had to be vaxxed. Mind you, I think that was more so due to travel reasons, not because like the actual reunion itself. Like, I think if the reunion was in the U.S., then I think Corey would have been able to go. But because they had to travel over to Amsterdam or whatever, which, by the way, why the fuck are we having the reunion all the way in Amsterdam? Which I know it's because of the international players and everything, but so. It's so weird. Like, it's so weird, like, watching these old school seasons of the challenge. Oh, okay, that was a lot popping. And then, like, now we're at the point where, like, half the cast, if not more, is, like, not even from the U.S. In a show that didn't even have, like, international competitors until Vendettas in 31 out of, again, 37 seasons we're at right now. So it's like, it's so weird how, like, just very recently the show is, like, just become so international focused. Despite the fact that, like, the show's not that popular outside the United States. Like, I really just don't get what they're going for in terms of the, in terms of these international people, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, they, like, both, like, what, Spies, Lies, and Allies and All Stars 2 both had COVID lockdowns, right, mid-season? And both have had people, like, because what, Nam, again, like, supposedly got pulled for COVID, right? And then, like, obviously now Kendall. Yeah, I did like having Maria Menounos back. That's cool. As the host of the reunion show. She's just kind of fine, though, realistically. I mean, to be fair, she's probably just better than, like... Who the fuck even did Double Agents? I don't even remember. Like, I know it was a football player, right? Like, definitely better than that. Let's do that mission. I mean, are there international Real Worlders? I didn't even know there were other versions of the Real World.
Nil. Still hunting bandits?
Double Agents Reunion was top tier. I don't even remember it. Like, I have no memory of it. A Double Agents Reunion. I feel like War of the Worlds 2 is the reunion to me that, like, really sticks out to my mind. As being, like, a massive class. Oh, and Final Reckoning. Final Reckoning is, like, fucking insane. Like, everything going on there. I feel like those are, like, the two reunions that instantly stick out to my
I
mind.
didn't need your aid before, and I still don't.
Now that I've seen what you can do,
I remember, like, you have that really awkward one with CT and DM. I don't remember, like, but Johnny Mosley was doing it, right? And, like, CT's, like, clearly, like trying to protect DM. And, like, that was, like, a really weird reunion. And that one, like, sticks out, but, like, not necessarily for positive reasons. Oh, it's over here. Was that Rivals 2? Okay. I was thinking it was either Battle of the X's or Rivals 2. Yeah, that was just a really awkward one. Do I like margarita pizza? Not really. Mind you, I haven't tried it in, like, forever.
I said, that's not how you use it.
Is everyone shitting on Fessy? I mean, that was kind of, like, half of this reunion, too. I think it's just the thing now, right? Just shit on Fessy, like that's the which I mean, to be fair, like very warranted. But yeah. By the way, it is kind of funny that Fessy was at the reunion here. Actually, the people that were at this reunion were really fucking weird. Like, why the fuck was Tasha there? Like, I get that she has a big following in Nigeria or whatever, but like, how the fuck is the challenge doing in Nigeria? Like to me, Tasha's just so blah. Like, I really don't like Tasha. Like, Tasha, Berna, I didn't particularly like either. Emmy, I found annoying. Yeah, like, all of them are at the reunion show. Why is it warranted to shit on Fessy? Because he's kind of a dick, and he also, like, cheats on, like, everyone he's with. Yeah. Emmy did sing Alien. That was the ending of the reunion show. Obviously, everyone's favorite favorite song. I think even I think the description said it's the song of the season, whatever the fuck that means. By the way, that was a bizarre. Like, I literally laughed out loud watching that scene of like of Emmy singing Alien because it's so fucking weird. Like, she's singing it in the middle of the like the cast is like around her wearing like alien t-shirts and like an alien headband, and they're all like dancing around as she's singing the song. It's so fucking weird. Fessy doesn't have any kids. At least not that are known. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is funny now. Yeah, like a lot of people are saying that like Big Brother has been like the downfall of the challenge, which I don't think that's the case personally. I think the downfall of the challenge has been like who specifically they're casting. Not even necessarily from Big. I mean, I think Casey is obviously like a really bad casting choice. But like to be honest, I don't mind Josh on the challenge. Like, I don't think like Josh is not that dissimilar from the people you would expect from the real world. Like to me, that's like not a bad pick. Same thing with Fessy, but like fucking Casey's just so boring and brings like nothing to the show. Yeah, Fessy could have been a stepdad if he didn't. Are they still together? Like, I know there's rumors that they keep on getting like back together and breaking up, but he was scared. By the way, like Amanda's only like 29, right? Like, I think I found that out the other day. Like, how the fuck is Amanda that young? Like, I really thought Amanda was like 35. Yeah, she's 29. She just turned 29 too. It's like, how the fuck she's still that young? Yeah, it's like it's again. I don't think it's that they're casting from Big Brother. It's like who specifically they're casting from like all of the other shows outside Real World. Because the thing is, like, it makes sense obviously that they're going to other shows outside of Real World, Road Rules, and like outside of MTV shows, because there simply aren't those shows anymore. The Real World is pretty much done. Road Rules has been done for forever. Which even then, like, they did fresh meat because they ran out of Road Rules people to bring on. And then you have Are You the One, which is also done, right, at this point. So it's like, obviously they're gonna have to bring in new people from other shows. Like, that makes sense. The problem is that they're casting the most boring fucking people.
They'll ring later, in the calm.
And then also, I think the general direction the show has been going, where it's been changing from this, like, kind of, like, trashy, like, I don't know, like, competitive. I don't know. It used to be, like, a lot more fun. I think now it's become a lot more serious and a lot more, like, they're trying to, like, make it into, like, a sport. And I feel like that's just not interesting. Like, I think it forgets that it's a reality show and tries to become, like, a sports competition show over a reality show.
Still, I raised my hand and
Where, like, I don't even think it's necessarily the reality TV show elements of it aren't happening. Like, I think through the reunion show, you can clearly tell that the, like, trashiness is still happening. Like, there's still a lot of hookups on the season. There's a lot of, like, the, like, petty fighting and everything, but it's just they're not showing it. And instead, like, deciding to take this, like, super serious approach to it. And, like, saving that stuff for, like, the reunion. Because, like, the reunion is still the trashy, like, reality TV that you would expect. But it's like they're saving it all for just the reunion show. And, like, that's just really weird.
In the heat of a stone cell, in the dark,
yeah, Cassie, motherfucker, I love how, like, I saw Annalise and Tommy, like, a mix, whatever. Tommy is obviously a really, like, bizarre pick. Oh, fuck me, didn't hit that.
Is this some kind of Carja?
But, yeah, like, I don't get how they picked Tommy of all the people from Survivor to bring back. I think Jay is a good pick. I think Natalie could have been a good pick, had, like, she continued on. I think Michelle's fine. I will say, like, reunion show, like, I don't know. I like, Michelle kind of just,
what were these things you
like, kind of became a bit more, like, trashy over the course of the reunion show to me.
Acceptable to who?
I don't make decisions.
But, like, I don't think she's a bad pick for the challenge, though.
But rules are important.
But yeah, like, Tommy is like, what the fuck. Michaela's a good pick.
Otherwise, you know of those places, lonely places where people once were?
Apparently Berna was annoying and a great character on her season on what was she on? Survivor Turkey, right?
I was there before.
Yeah. Still found her annoying on the challenge, though. She's for sure coming back, though, right?
I have my own roads to follow now.
By the way, I love how Logan was on the reunion show, and I had, like, didn't even know he was there until the very, very end. Like, until, like, they did the segment about him and Josh. Like, didn't even know he... By the way, how the fuck did they make a 2-hour reunion show on Spies, Lies, and Allies? Like, I really just don't get how, I think, again, to me, Michelle, I think, fits in... if you take away the part that she's a Survivor winner. I think her personality and everything does fit in with the challenge. And I think if she had been on, like, a fresh meat season, I think she would, like, not, like, I think she would be a perfect fit for the show. Like, I don't even think it would be, like, a question that she, should have been on the challenge. Not that I even think she's that good of a competitor, though. Like, I don't know how likely Michelle is to ever win a season of the challenge. But, like, I think she kind of fits into, like, the type of people that it would cast for the show. Yeah, she was good on this season. I mean, the thing is that she's like booted so early, and also she had like pretty good partners. To where like I don't know. I think we'd have to see her again to truly like gauge her overall potential. But like even the first elimination where she's facing off against like Michaela and Renan, like she. I mean, to be fair, like being weaker to Michaela is like not the worst thing in the world, but like the show very much highlights like how like really it's like Corey that is doing a lot of the work for Corey and Michelle while Michaela is like really outperforming Michelle there. I mean, yeah, she's a good swimmer, which I guess helps in finals, right? Because there's a lot of swimming in finals. But I do feel like she's probably not the greatest overall like elimination person. Where like I feel like I would find it tough to believe that Michelle makes it to a lot of finals. Oh, I guess we'll see because I feel like Michelle's probably going to be back for next season. And the fact that she was at the reunion show, despite the fact she had like almost nothing to do there outside of like talk about her hooking up with Fessy, it's like again like I think it's clear that they liked her. But yeah, I don't know if she wants to come back. Like she didn't even want to go in the show to begin with. Like she had been asked like multiple times, right? And said no. So who knows if she wants to come back?
I'm sorry for the wait, but all goods entering the
Is there a rumor that DX is on next season of the challenge? Like I know BB23 is the rumors that there are going to be a decent amount of BB23 people, or like a decent amount of BB23 people have been called at least. So it's like again, like DX is obviously a good pick there. Again, Christian, Xavier, Alyssa. Who else is there? Oh, Dick's kind of... Oh, Kylan. Fuck me. Yeah, Kylan. Kylan should be a lock. Like, I think it's insane if MTV doesn't put Kylan on the challenge. Like, Kylan, like, he is, like, everything the challenge wants. And I also feel like he's someone that could, like, give Fessy a run for his money.
Attack, no stranger passes into Meridian without submitting to search.
Okay, Pink Rose liked the tweet about DX.
The murder of Captain Ursa and her vanguards, of course. Ambushed by Shadow Carja forces in Redridge Pass.
Yeah, Dan from David's Goliath is like, I don't get how they didn't cast Dan. Like, Dan is such a clear, like, challenge person. Like, someone that should, like, that, like, feels like someone that they would have cast on Real World and that sort of thing. So that's kind of a weird one.
Aloy, hey, you're alive. I thought you were dead.
She's private now, is she?
All the way to Meridian just to see me?
I know Gamer is private, and I'm following Gamer.
Not really. A little.
So you're alive. This we should celebrate. The drink's on me.
We need to talk alone, and you need to pull it together.
Yeah. So when's next? So season 38 is filming at the beginning of January, right? I think that's what the rumor was.
Now on, she may come and go from
so yeah, hopefully we do get some cast stuff soon.
You wish, sir.
Is it in March? I thought it was in January.
And what did you want to tell me?
I thought it was airing around that time.
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry. I know she was special to you.
I got delayed.
Special to everyone.
Well, we're probably not going to find out cast stuff for a while then.
Bust everyone around.
Like, we're probably not going to find out cast stuff until at least the end of March. Shoes. Is All Stars 4 happening? I don't know. I know there was the rumor that All Stars got canceled, but then like that rumor got debunked. But like also it's like I don't know.
Then stop feeling sorry for yourself and
I hope
live up to her
not. Personally, yeah, I like All Stars more than the main show.
Everybody loses people they care about. Tears don't change that.
Don't worry.
Yeah, like I'm at the point where like if 38 isn't good, like I think I'd be willing to drop the challenge. I love how like my player ranking. So I'm looking at the channel for the first time in a while. My Survivor 41 player ranking just like died yesterday. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to that. Where like the first day it was doing very strong. Like it was beating my season 41 review. And like all of a sudden day 2 was just so bad to where now it's like 1,300 views behind it. So I don't know what the fuck happened there, but whatever.
Came back, said most of the contestants were dead.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense of MTV to cancel All Stars. I do wonder how well All Stars is actually doing
How I survived is less important than how I was targeted.
in terms of viewership.
Targeted? What do you mean?
Like, I got Paramount Plus for All Stars.
For me because of Olin.
So, I mean, they at least got one person.
Talking about? That doesn't make sense.
Jen and Zach said they'll do it if filming starts before April.
I
don't know how. Like, I'm not that interested in seeing Jenna and Zach back personally.
He's a friend.
No, he's a traitor. I don't know who the
It is weird though how like these recent like it's so weird how.
But I mean,
like it feels like we haven't really seen a lot of these like super notable figures from recent history on the last couple seasons. I mean, and to be fair, a lot of that's because Double Agents and Spies, Lies, and Allies had. Like, all the returnees from Spies, Lies, and Allies were people from Double Agents, with the exception of Amanda.
Okay, then take me
there. Just, again,
there.
insane.
I need to search it.
I guess. As long as I'm there to witness the search.
All Stars 1, Episode 1 is rated as the second best MTV episode of the year. What's number 1? I think Homecoming could be outperformed. I've seen a lot more advertisements for Homecoming than I have for All Stars.
Okay. Come on.
But, I don't know. I mean, you would think All Stars would be doing better than it, though.
So many people here.
Yeah, like, I've heard, like, from what I understand, they're doing a lot more Homecoming seasons. So it's like, I don't know. All Stars should be fine. Hopefully it is. Because, again, I would rather have that than the main show.
That girl. Is she a Nora? Apparently they're letting anyone into the city these days. Come take a look.
That must be a spire.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I mean, it's gonna be weird, like, seeing if, like, Wes comes back for the main show at this point. He's been on All Stars. Like, dude, I think most of the people on All Stars, like, I don't think they actually will make the transition back to the main show. But, like, Wes is someone that, like, Wes is probably going to be back on the main show, right? If he wants it. I don't know how much he wants at this point, because, like, dude, fair. Also, for the people that are on All Stars, like, All Stars is a much better deal. Like, the prize money is half the prize money of the main show, despite it being much shorter. And you also have them, like, supposedly getting paid more. Just the appearance fee is more on All Stars. So it's like, why wouldn't they say? You know, like, if they are willing to do one of the two, then, like, why wouldn't they be more willing to do All Stars than the main show? Bananas is likely on season 38. Is he? I know he's been, like, really shitting on this season, right? I know, which I'm very, very warranted. But I know he's, like, very much hated
to break anything.
Spies, Lies, and Allies.
Other than the door.
I do love this music. I really just the soundtrack of Horizon's pretty great. Wait, what do I do here? It's like at the top floor, right? I had to push the thing down. He thinks he could save the show if he got... I mean, that's very bananas of him, isn't it? Wait, how do I do this again? Do I actually have to investigate? Spice, Lies, and Allies, I mean, there was a Nisa. But yeah, I mean, there's not many left, right? Nani's also from Real World. Actually, let's look this up. Challenge, Spice, Lies, and Allies. Cast. Okay, Corey also is from Real World. So yeah, I mean, there's a decent amount still from Real World. I don't think there's anyone from Road Rules left, though, right? So from Real World, yeah, we got CT, Actually, this is so depressing, though. Holy shit! Looking at like the original shows for all these people, like they're really like. So looking at the original seasons, going in order of placement, you got Real World Paris for CT, you got Georgie Shore for Kyle, you got Are You the One for Devin and Nelson, you got Survivor Romania for Emmanuel. You got Survivor Spain for Logan. You got BB19 for Josh. Then you got Real World again to Corey. But then you got Ed from The Circle. Love Island, Jeremiah. BBUK, Huey. It's like, what the fuck is this? Actually, they had 12 Dates of Christmas for Corey Lay. And I love Corey Lay. I think he's a great... he's someone that I would really like to see back, even though I don't know how likely it is. But, again, like, why the fuck did they cast someone from 12 Dates of Christmas? But yeah, there's not much left. Ashley, right? Ashley's, from the same season as Corey. So I think 5, right? You got Nani, Ashley, and Nisa. So yeah, there's 5 people from Real World. No Road Rules. Again, mind you, Road Rules hasn't had a season in fucking, over 15 years? Or newbie season. Actually, no, I guess Viewers Revenge, like, technically had newbies on it, right? Because, like, Tori Hall was from that season. And, like, that was 2007. But either way, it's been a while. Aren't they filming a new Road Rules? Wasn't that the thing? Is that they're doing a new Road Rules for Paramount Plus? So maybe we'll see some of those people on. Yeah, how many people are on this season? It's a lot, right? Yeah, 36 people? It's 36 people on this season, and yeah, only 5 of them are from Real World. Mind you, again, Are You the One is, like, close enough to me. Again, it's still MTV, to where, like, I was never opposed to them including Are You the One people. And, like, through that, you have, Devin, Nelson... Actually, there's still not that many. Tori, Amanda... Yeah, that's it. So 9 people. So 9 out of the 36 came from MTV. Yeah, that's something. 36 people. Which, man, they obviously have these massive casts nowadays, so they can do, make the seasons, like, ridiculously long. Don't want to see Daniel from Survivor Spain? I don't know who Daniel from Survivor Spain is. Yeah, I mean, like, because Are You the One debuted in, season 26? Battle of the X's? And, like, I remember, like, on that season, they were, like, targeted, because they were essentially the rookies of the season. And, like, going through 27, 28, they were still, like, being targeted. And I think Invasion's kind of the turning point, where, like, at that point, they kind of became more accepted. What am I doing here? It's so fucking weird. I've played this game, like, over 10 times. Yeah, I still don't remember what I'm supposed to do. There we go. That's what it is. It's you do that and then you... Or do you have to do this?
Let's see what's underneath.
Whatever. Oh yeah, fuck Daniel's Logan. Fuck me. I forgot his name. It's so fucking weird Logan's name is Daniel. I do think Logan will be on next season. As much as I don't fucking want him to be, because he's so fucking boring. He's gonna be on next season. But yeah, Emmy, I'm not sure. Obviously, there is the controversy of Emmy. That,
I'm sober enough, alright? I don't need another lecture.
I mean, to me, like, again, like, obviously I'm not someone that's, like, someone that is directly affected by it, but, like, to me it seems like something that shouldn't matter, considering it was, like, within a song during, like, a, like, it was during whatever show she was on, X Factor, whatever show it was on.
Closest
so it's
I
like,
got was a doorstep.
Like, to me, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but, like, yeah, could keep her off of it. We'll see. And, like, I don't necessarily want to see Emmy back. But I
You
don't
said
know.
Olin has connections
It'll be
in the
interesting.
royal court. Does he know the Sun King personally?
No. He served the court as a scout sometimes.
Yeah, Skelton's
Sold
was
ancient trinkets to nobles, but he never had an audience with the king.
well, I mean, actually, no, not because Kayla was on Skeletons, right? She was on this one after that. But either way, yeah, like that was Invasion when Sophie and Kayla made their debuts.
I'll look around.
That's what we came for.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Emmy. Like, at least Emmy tries. Like, to me, like, as much as I'm annoyed by Emmy, like, at least she is, like, trying to make good TV. Where it's like, I would rather have Emmy than Casey.
Looks big and heavy. Let's give it a little push.
But still, I do find Emmy annoying. Like, I would rather have Emmy than Berna.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
Actually, I forgot. Isn't Sylvia on All Stars 3? Did I even? Oh, fuck, I just killed myself. Oh, well, that's lovely. I forgot about that until now. That Sylvia's on All Stars 3 for whatever reason. It's also a really weird pick. Oh, fuck off. I had to redo it? Oh, whatever. I just love how, like, I went to Meridian with the intention of walking through Meridian and, like, actually, like, taking it in a bit, but I just realized I just didn't do that. Whatever. Who's Violetta? Actually, I feel like I've looked her up before.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
Yeah, I know nothing about her, but I mean, even now, she's only 31. She's not even that old now. But, like, I don't know how likely it is that they cast from Real World, like older Real World seasons and stuff nowadays. So I think there's so much more focus on all these international fucking dating shows for whatever reason. Game? Oh, do I have to do it here? No, yeah, there, okay, what the fuck is that? Whatever.
The glyphs show places he visited.
She was Sylvia's right hand on their season. Jeremiah's 23. I lose track of, like, how old the people are on the challenge. Because, like, I feel like recently the challenge casts have gotten older. Because, like, it's so weird to me looking back at, like, Fresh Meat. And you have, like, Casey and Evelyn, who are 18 on the season. And you have Wes, who I think was, like, only, like, 20 or something at the time.
They took his wife and child captive.
Like, it's so fucking weird how young those people are. Which, too, I think plays into how, like, how much drama there was on those seasons. Where you had all these, like, really immature people on the cast. Where, like, now you have, like, again, like, you have, like, Casey and Nani. And, like, and Nani was very entertaining when she was young, but now she's older. I think she's, like, more normal. Yeah, Kenny was 22. Yeah, Diem was like 25. Like, Diem was the, like, oldest newbie on Fresh Meats, and she was 25.
Read the last page. He writes about meeting me and the order to kill me.
He called himself a friend.
Which, like, on this season, like, Bettina is, like, one of the youngest rookies, right? And she's 25, I believe.
These things that you see, how do you do it?
So that's something weird.
The focus. It reveals the unseen.
And Olin.
Wasn't Evan only like 20 also?
The device is the same, but
that's also a weird thing.
Somehow Olin and the killers can speak to each other with their focuses over distances, and see through each other's focuses too, like looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you, through Olin.
Yes, so far as I can tell. now that I know where to find Olin,
I think that's an interesting element of like the older seasons of Real World, or the challenge, is that you had these people from Real World, and they were usually on Real World when they were very young, and then you see them continue on the challenge. You see them like kind of age over time. Where like now it's like we have a lot of these people starting their challenge careers in their 30s. Like we have like Michelle's like around 30, right? You have like Casey's like 35 now, right? Something like that.
But that's your world, not mine.
Amber B is like fucking, what, 35 or so, right?
You came here hunting the people who nearly killed you, who massacred your people. Why should you have justice and not me?
Actually, I forgot that Amber M was on last season. Because I guess she is someone from from Are You the One? That, like, it had been a while since her original season, right?
Don't make me beg.
Redridge Pass, you said?
So I guess they did go back to a bit of an older show to cast them from. So I don't know. Maybe it is a possibility. That they decide to go back to some of these old Real World seasons. Actually, I wonder, like, with All-Stars, are they going to get to the point where they, like, start casting people that were never on the challenge? I think that would be interesting. I don't know how much I would actually like that, personally, but it would be interesting. Let's just walk through Meridian. I'm gonna be honest, like, I think we're probably gonna call it a night relatively soon. I don't know how much I actually want to do gameplay-wise. Hey, I just gotta really, like, start tonight, and I don't really feel like progressing too much.
The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors.
Dan for All-Stars?
If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Yeah, you can continue my challenge rewatch. Next up's the duel, which should be very interesting. Considering, again, like,
Why would someone steal the sword?
I think the duel is my favorite season, but also, like, I have issues with the duel. I do wonder how it'll go on the replay, or on the rewatch.
The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military
because, like, the
service.
eliminations are really fucking dumb on the duel. Not necessarily like bad TV, but like, I mean, ICANN is the dumbest fucking elimination in the history of the show.
How did your nephew wind up in Sinful?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King.
Why do people call Solana coconuts? I don't know. I know she's like a lunatic, right? In real life.
To a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them.
I don't know actually why they
gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword
call her
really
coconuts.
To him. And after
I guess there's a Reddit thread of someone asking why.
I don't get it back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Paula was called Paula Walnuts. So maybe it's just like, yeah, maybe it's just their cast like came up with a lot of food names. Oh. I mean, supposedly like, post show, she like, who was the actor that she claimed was like, she has like a restraint, like some actor like got a restraining order against her or something, right?
And my family for that.
Or, I don't know, there's some like weird shit with her post season.
All is forgiven. No retribution necessary.
I don't know how to look this up. Like, I forgot what happened, like the actual situation, but it was something weird involving her claiming that like some actor was like stalking her or something, or like some sort of famous person. I'm sure it's in one of these Reddit threads, probably. Let's see. I know. Supposedly, she's indulged in a lot of illegal substances. Supposedly, that's like an element of it. Oh, that's who it was. The lead singer of Incubus. Okay, I guess it wasn't an actor. But yeah, she claims that Brandon Boyd, the lead singer of Incubus, she claims that he had stalked her for years, and she tried to get a restraining order against him. When, like, he claims that he doesn't even know who the fuck she is, which I think that's probably the more realistic scenario. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird.
My focus might see something here.
Janelle might be purple because she said Casey's her favorite BB player. Which Janelle, are we talking about Janelle from All Stars? Which, by the way, I love how like Janelle like literally got like no airtime from like it like she got like one confessional in the premiere. Oh fuck off! I accidentally hit that. But yeah, she got like one confessional in the premiere, I think, and like is invisible up until like last episode, where like they essentially just use her just as like more to give like Tyler more content. And like this episode, she finally gets some more stuff, but it's like it's funny that like she was barely on their show up until that point.
No, they take other tribes.
And I was excited to see Janelle back. Janelle, I don't remember much of her like as a character, but she is like the I believe she was like up until Amber B like the last black woman to win the game, right? So like it had been a very long time.
What's wrong with the hunting logic?
And like I remember her as a solid competitor on Inferno 3.
I'm known as a skilled hunter back home in Banur, so I thought I'd try my luck at the lodge. I thought it'd be simple. Hunt machines, gain ranks.
She's on the season, yeah.
But it doesn't work.
She's paired with Darrell right now, right?
To keep the card at the head of the line.
Pretty strong duo there.
Snobs to tell me I can hunt. I'm going home.
Sounds like someone needs to shank things up at the lodge.
Maybe.
By the way, post-season, I feel like I'm definitely... Actually, Darrell hasn't gotten much content recently, too, has he? I didn't even think about that until now. Yeah, post-season, I do want to talk about the editing of the season. I can't really talk about it now because, again, I'm spoiled and it involves a lot of, like, spoilery things. But what the fuck is the editing of the season? Which, I mean, again, to be fair, that is the challenge. I mean, like, I don't think the challenge really cares much about, like, following editing trends of how other shows portray their like winners and that sort of thing, but I think there's a bit of a question mark with this season.
Fine goods for a fair price.
I don't even know why am I doing this mission? But yeah, so up until episode 6, who has the most confessionals? Looks like Jode. Is it Jode? No, Nehemiah. Nehemiah does have the most. Jody has a decent amount, actually. I didn't realize she had that many. Actually, Darrell has a good amount. Again, he was pretty invisible in this episode, I believe. But, like, he has 28 confessionals. That's pretty good for 6 episodes in. So, yeah, Janelle had 3, actually, in the premiere, but then had 4 episodes in a row with 0. When's the final? I believe this next episode is the final elimination. And then the final should be after that. However, I think if I remember right, again, I haven't looked at the spoilers in forever, but if I remember right, I think there is going to be like kind of like last season, where there was like a mid-final elimination. I think that's going to be a similar thing here. So it's like, I don't know if that's going to be its own episode. Like, they're going to end that episode. Like, because, like, I'm assuming that we're going to get 9 episodes for this, right? Actually, I don't know, because this was episode 7. So it's like, are we going to have a 1-episode final? Or are we going to get 2 episodes? Or is it going to be like a 10-episode season? Actually, don't even know. It doesn't really matter that much. Like, in terms of my scheduling and everything, it doesn't really affect much for me. so it doesn't really matter that much. It just delays that video by a week. I mean, to be fair, editing's not like it's. I don't know. It's tough to talk about. Without like going all in on spoiler stuff, but it's not as bad as Casey though. Where I think Casey and Spice Lies and Allies again, like it's like how the fuck is she the winner from an editing standpoint? Like I get it from like a practicality standpoint and like whatnot, but like from a like story standpoint, like the story of the season, it's like Casey like had no story outside of like her relationship with Nani.
A hunter, surely. Come, talk to me a moment.
It's where they haven't developed the relationship between. Yeah. That's definitely again like it's spoiler. And to be fair, it also leads into spoilers for All Stars 3 also. That I like there's some stuff going on that I don't feel like the show is properly showing. I don't know what to do here. Should I even bother with these? I don't really want to do much more gameplay-wise for tonight. I think we're pretty much good. There's this. We made it to Meridian.
You're everything I'm not. Strong, brave, active. Come, talk a spell.
Yeah, Melinda's like okay this season. I mean, like it's funny that like she went to elimination, but like in the elimination, like again, Tina throws it to her, and also like early in the episode, like she like loses the daily. But like I'm too fair, like she got injured essentially during the daily, so it's like it's not as bad as like her just like outright sucking. But yeah, I think Melinda's like a lot more likable on this season. I didn't love her in this last episode though. I didn't love the like her being upset at Janelle for targeting her or whatever, or for like voting her in. But still, Melinda's pretty good this season. I don't know if Melinda would have been in my top 10 word. I guess she's pretty bad. I mean, like I think the challenge is probably like kind of the opposite of like, or not the opposite, but like with Survivor and Big Brother. I think it's like so much more variance in those shows. And how someone performs, to where if someone had like played twice and did like bad both those seasons, I don't think that necessarily means they're a bad player overall. Well, like I feel like with the challenge, it's probably more indicative, and also with people getting more and more chances on the challenge, and like with people like Danny and like Melinda who continuously do bad, I think you get a better sense of like that they're just not good. What am I doing? Why not?
You saw the thief make a run for it?
My back was to the wall.
Emily Fitzpatrick. I mean, that's like how many seasons should she be on? But yeah, she's definitely up there.
Me, dressed in gray, clutching
she's been on 2 or 3.
That's all I saw. By the sun, my heart nearly
Cutthroat
seized
Free
up.
Agents. But she's like a first boot in both, right? First boot on Cutthroat, second boot on Free Agents.
Could use my focus.
Oh, I forgot that she was an alternate for All Stars too. I forgot about that until just now. Actually, I forgot she was going to be in Invasion also. She was an alternate for that. I mean, the one thing I will say about Emily Fitzpatrick is that at least she's attractive. At least that's something. But yeah, not that much else going for from a TV standpoint. I don't think she's ever been that entertaining, right? Didn't she hook up with Dustin? Wasn't that a thing?
Check the area with my focus, maybe.
By the way, I think the fact that All Stars 2 again, Brandon Nelson was the alternate. Like, I really wish we got him on the main show. Like, I think Brandon is someone that, like, I've always really liked. But, like, it didn't feel like he ever really got, like, that fair of a shot with him, like, always getting, like, really bad partners. And, like, he had Cutthroat where he had, like, a pretty great run there. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. It's like, I would have really liked to see him on this season. Disappointed he's an alternate. Cyrus was an alternate? Like, that's really weird. Like, why was Cyrus an alternate? And to be fair, like, I mean, I guess we could say that with Beth. Like, why the fuck was Beth an alternate on All-Stars 3? But, that was weird. Jemmy being an alternate was weird, too. I don't know. There's some weird, alternate choices there. Like, for me, it's like, I could have done without, like, Leia. Like, how did Derek C end up on the cast over, like, a Brandon? Or how, like, or Cyrus? Yeah, I like Derek Chavez's role in the season, but, like, still, it's like, how the fuck was he on there to begin with? Like, a Sophia, same thing. Like, I don't get how Sophia made the show. I thought Sophia was someone that was, like, going to be, like, really entertaining on her, on Battle of the Sexes 2, and, like, that's why they wanted her back, because, like, she was an alternate for season 1, she was back here, but now she's just fucking boring even on that season. Like, why the fuck did they even bring her back here? And, like, the only thing that made her interesting here was the fact that she had, like, the stuff of Ayanna. And, like, that's not even, like, good. Like, to me, that's, like, kind of icky. Like, I didn't like watching that. Why was Sophia mad at Ayanna? Again, it was, like, supposedly, like, what was it? It was, like, Ayanna was doing Sophia's hair. And then, I don't remember the actual situation anymore.
I'll be on my way back to bed.
It was something related to her hair, right? And it made her, like, feel like she was, like, reminded her of when she was being bullied as a kid. Stuff like that. Which I like, Ayanna is someone that's always been, like, a weird figure. Like, now having watched her original seasons, like, I don't know, it's just, like, she's kind of the same person, like, all these years later. And, like, she comes off in the first episode, like, very positively. But then, like, after that, it's, like, it's very clear that she's still the same person she was, like, 20 years ago, when she was on the show. And I mean, there's, like, you can definitely sympathize with her in Extreme Challenge, where she gets kicked out for punching.
Did someone run past here holding a sword?
The guy's name,
sure
but
did. He grabbed some
the guy that, like, he said the N-word, right? Which, again, like,
he was bleeding, so
yeah,
maybe he needed
like,
a bind.
I get it.
Blasted. That was expensive cloth.
But it's like,
I can't believe I paid
Christian.
For that
Again,
bandage.
barely remembered his name. But I think that's a situation that, like, definitely, like, there would be a lot more sympathy towards her now than at the time, where, like, half the cast was, like, looking at her, like, half the cast was, like very angry at her. It was, like, only really, like, Julie that was defending her.
No sign of the thief. Someone was
Where, like, I feel like now it would be the complete opposite. Who am I talking to? Not that one.
The sun shines on those who
That one. Yeah, then you have, like, Battle the Sexes 2, where, like, she's, like, also, like, when she becomes the team leader, she's, like, also this very, like, domineering figure and pisses off her team to do that, which, again, happens on this season, too. Like, she's pretty much the exact same person, like, all these years later. And, like, seems to have the exact same effect she has on people now than what she had at the time. But isn't this the first time she's been on, like, a proper season of the challenge, though? Because, like, what, she was on Extreme Challenge, which obviously had no eliminations. Then she was on Battle of the Sexes 1 and 2, right? So it's like, I mean, both those had, like, vote-out formats. So, yeah, so she's never been on a real season of the challenge. So it would have been interesting to see her, like, on a proper season where, like, eliminations were what took you out. Because, like, obviously here, she's won 2 eliminations already. So I don't know, it would have been interesting to see her, like, back in the day. And see how, like, good of a competitor she would have been back then. But
Meridian is the greatest of all cities.
Did you see
it is
anyone
her.
run
Okay.
through
Well, let me
He
talk
would have
to
been
her
holding a
before.
sword.
Yeah. Almost crashed into me, too. He ran down the parapet here and went down the lift. No way you'll catch him now. I didn't see a sword, though.
MJ has a cameo. Actually, I've never looked at challenge
Just ran like his ass was
cameos.
on fire.
I want to look this up real quick. Who from the challenge has a cameo?
But where? Maybe he had help. That merchant stall would have been a convenient drop-off.
Let's see. I love how The Office is its own category. Like, there's enough people from The Office to have their own category. Ninja Warrior? There's fucking 36 people from Ninja Warrior on, Oh, there's MTV. 313 people from MTV. That's fucking insane. But, so how the fuck are there 36 people from Ninja Warrior? Who the fuck are these people? I'm looking at, like, New and Ninja Warrior. I don't know who the fuck these people are. I don't know who any of these people are. What a fucking weird thing. I mean, we get to, like, the All, and yeah, I mean, there's, like, Olivia Vivian, Akbar, Ben Polson, sure. And those are from Australian Ninja Warrior. Jesse LaFleur, sure. Lucas Gomez, fine. Why the fuck is Lucas Gomez on American Ninja on cameo for American Ninja Warrior? What a fucking weird. This is so weird. What a weird grouping. Why is Supong on here? Was Supong on Australian Ninja Warrior? Supong from Big Brother Australia? Like, why is he on here? And why is, like, it's pretty much all Australian Ninja Warrior people. Like, the only Americans are, what, Jesse Graff, Megan Martin, and then the 2 hosts. What a weird fucking thing. What a weird grouping of people. Like, that's so weird. Alright, what do we got? MJ, $35 for MJ. Kellyanne for 26. I feel like that's a good deal. Yeah, $26 for Kellyanne. I mean, that's cool. TJ Lavin is what, $225? That's not too bad. Emmy makes the worst. I can see that. Yeah, we got Zach for 25. Obviously, everyone loves a Zach cameo. I mean, are there Zach fans out there? Like, are there people that are out there that actually do love Zach? Like, I really can't imagine that world. Tony's on there for $49. This is like a big clusterfuck because it's just MTV in general, and I don't know most of these people. Josh Martinez, $50. Gus is on there, everyone's favorite challenge competitor, Gus, for $50. Jay for $70. That seems a bit high for Jay. Wes for $75. Derrick Henry is there for $15. That's hilarious. Like, again, who the fuck is like, you know what? I always want a cameo from Derrick Henry. Carmen Maria, $55. That's fine.
It looks
How much
like
is
the thief
Amanda?
got away,
$50 for
but without
Amanda?
the sword.
That's fine.
I thought maybe he dropped it off somewhere.
I mean, Zach does
Here,
have
for
good
instance?
confessions here and there, but like he's just such an unlikable person, though.
I had nothing to do with this.
guess we'll see
Like
when I
I
get
just
the
can't
city
imagine
guard
like
to
someone
toss
like
your stall
absolutely
and question
loving
your
Zach.
customers.
Hold on. There's more to this.
Brittany,
You've got a reputation for shining
from
light
Are You
in
the One
darkness,
is there?
so I know you'll listen.
What a weird Ashley Mitchell for 60.
The sword was passed to me, and I passed it on to someone else.
Oh, thank God, Anthony, everyone's favorite challenge competitor, Anthony, $40.
Will go to people in need.
Hisella's for 50.
To believe that.
Rachel Robinson's on here.
Meet my friends at the water.
Seems like a bit above Rachel Robinson's.
If they don't convince you, come right back with the guards. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, she looks different.
It wouldn't matter
now.
if you did. I'd find you.
I guess to be fair, like her face is kind of the same, just older, but like
I'll check
definitely not what I expected her to look like.
Okay. Guess I should go to
There's a lot of cleavage in Ashley Mitchell's cameos, which I guess kind of what you would expect from Ashley. But by the way, that was a revelation in the the reunion that supposedly Ashley and Josh hooked up, which is something. Is Derek... I've never watched Derek on anything outside the challenge. So, like, for all I know, he's, like, incredible on X on the Beach and on Are You the One? But he's not the most entertaining person on the challenge. No, Zach, we're talking about Zach Nichols, right? That's his last name? Zach from the challenge. Zach Rance also is not particularly likable nowadays. But yeah, definitely Zach Nichols. Zach is only 34. I really thought Zach would have been older right now. I'm still scrolling through this list of MTV people. I still know, like, I don't know the majorities. Fucking Leroy's $195. How many people are getting Leroy? Wow, people are actually getting Leroy. It's really, I love how, like, half his like, you can't, like, why did he do it? Oh, never mind, just the video starts really dark. Okay, I was gonna say, like, why did he do it in, like, such shitty lighting? But now, it corrects itself. But yeah, he's really making bank there. Again, $195 for a cameo from Leroy. What Zach do post Big Brother? Kind of became very fame hoary, and he also he wanted more money from CBS in terms of he was supposed to be on The Amazing Race with Frankie. Frankie dropped out, and then he was supposed to be on with Devin, and then he supposedly tried to get more money, and then they said, "Fuck you, we're done with you," and supposedly pissed off Robin Cass along the way and all this other stuff. Sarah Rice, $39? That's a pretty good price for Sarah Rice. And, like, the most random people are on here. $75 for Nelson. Mark Long for $75. There's 6 pages of fucking people from MTV. I would love to see Sarah Rice on All Stars. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think Sarah Rice would be Sarah Rice would probably dominate All Stars, right? Like, Sarah Rice would probably be far and away the best competitor on All Stars. It probably wouldn't be close. Is that a thing? Zach had an OnlyFans? Wait, does Nelson have an OnlyFans? Actually, I've not paid attention to challenge people's OnlyFans, but I didn't realize that there were so many. Yeah, I've talked about some bad. Sarah Rice to me is probably number 5. I think the top 5 women from the challenge. You got Laurel, Evelyn, Emily. Camilla, and then Sarah. I think those are top 5 to me.
That'll help.
I would actually I would argue she's better than Camilla, but I feel like I would need to rewatch Invasion and 30-30 to really solidify on that, because I feel like those those are two very impressive seasons for Camilla, and those are two seasons that I don't remember as well. I mean, impressive, like, competitively, not, again, 30-30 is obviously a fucking mess for Camilla.
Bad dream last night. Remember.
I was told to expect you, Aloy. I suppose you want answers. Well,
Nelson has... Oh, is it like he's actually...
valuable objects.
I mean, to be fair, like, Nelson's like,
shards and use the money
like, isn't he the, like, owner of a strip club or something? Which, like, again, not surprising that, that he, does that sort of stuff on OnlyFans. Paulie cameos, $35. That's a cheap one there. Kenny is on Cameo. Actually, Brad is only $29 on Cameo. That's pretty cheap for Brad. Derek is $75. Jenny West is $47. Yeah, it's so fucking weird how many people are on here. Tory Deals, $50. Big T, $66. Nani is $300. How many people are getting Nani? I'm sure there's people getting Nani cameos, right? I do find it so funny that Kenny is on on Cameo. Oh, what a weird thing. Yeah, Brad. I love how, like, his thing, like, Brad's bio is never half-assed the thing. Again, what a weird, again, like, the entire concept of Cameo is just so bizarre to me. That people are actually paying to get these, like, messages from a lot of these, like, nobodies, realistically. Yeah, Nani actually has, like, people, like, she's gotten at least 7. She has 7 people who have reviewed her cameos. So it's like she's gotten at least $2,100, right, from Cameo. So that's good. Ashley made a 5-minute cameo. I think that matches. I think that's kind of that's not unexpected from
Sunfall.
Not the bastards in the fortress. We use the shards to make sure the poor in Shadowside get to eat. Or
Kyle is fucking $109.
They only went west because they had to. Trust me, I know.
Corey Lay is $10.
My wife was chained up with a bunch of servants and herded
cheap.
with them.
Cyrus is $40.
They starved to death, still bound together.
Amber B is $25.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Darrell is $35. That's pretty cheap for Darrell. Jordan is $50. Shane Raines is on Cameo. That's something. Actually, I wonder if we're going to see Morgan on the challenge. Morgan Willett. Considering supposedly the reason she hadn't been on is because Bananas
Where's the sword now?
Told her not to.
I haven't sold it
like
yet.
Now that they broke up. I would like to see Morgan on. She seemed to be solid enough. Only 6 people have gotten Corey Lay, or he only has 6 reviews at least. And he's only $10. Not that I'm like a bit like not that I would want Corey Lay, a Corey Lay cameo, but still, it's like I'm surprised not more people have gotten a Corey Lay cameo. You got Katie for $45. I love how Darrell does a cameo where his kid is like boxing in the background. It's like so weird.
You steal.
If you want to call it that. From hogs who've had their turn at the trough.
Morgan doesn't want to go on. Again, like that's.
Ravon didn't seem like a hog to me.
Kind of what I get from that. I just really, like Jemmy's not even using her real name. Like not her real last name at least.
Beneath him suffer.
She's going by Jemmy Daniela. $27 for Jemmy's pretty cheap. Anissa for $60. Definitely need a Anissa cameo. It's kind of funny, like to me, like, again, having rewatched all the seasons now, or having like rewatched the earlier seasons. Like, Anissa's, like, not that good of TV in her, like, first few seasons. Like, it's really not until Gauntlet 2 that, like, Anissa actually becomes, like, a notable character.
He was bound for Sunfall, along with an entire
like, she's on, what, Battle of the
food.
Sexes 1 and 2, right? And she's, like, a nothing figure on both of those seasons. I mean, like, Battle of the Sexes 2 a bit more, but, like, on her first season, like, she's barely there.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's like, it is funny that now she's like this person that's been on like a billion seasons.
He's contacted an old campfire on the fork near the Branded Shore. Start looking there, but be careful. Lots of machines out
Dario
there.
is on here for $25.
And not the needy
I forgot Dario even existed. Like, how many seasons is Dario? He's been on like 3 or 4 seasons, right? Which is like kind of insane. He's been on 4 seasons. He was on 4 seasons in a row. Like, how the fuck Dario's only 29? I thought Dario was like 40. Like, how was Dario that young? I forgot that Dario and Nicole beat Wes and Nani. That's kind of insane. Yeah, Dar's just like one of the most forgettable people though on the challenge. Like, despite how many seasons he's been on, but he's not like actively bad. Like, he's not like a Danny or like, I guess, a Melinda or like any of these people that have been on billion seasons and like never do well. So he's not like that, but he's also like Simone. I mean, Simone's kind of forgettable, but like Simone at least has like the fight with Shane that like kind of keeps her like somewhat memorable to me. But yeah, I think like up until that point though, yeah, pretty forgettable. Oh yeah, Vinny. Vinny. Oh yeah, Vinny was on 3 seasons, right? I think we like looked this up the other stream that like I thought he was only on 2. Like, I had no memory of him being on Cutthroat. But yeah, that's another one that's but again, like, he's not forgettable. He's just like extremely unlikable. Well, like, to me, Dario is just forgettable. Like, to me, the biggest thing about Dario, the 2 things I remember, are... Wait, what mission am I in? Okay. But yeah, the 2 missions I remember from Dario... Or 2 missions. The 2 things I remember from Dario are him getting in a showmance with Ashley Kelsey. That's her name, right? Like, that's something. And then you have the elimination where Ralphie... loses it because of Dario's celebrating and everything. Like, that's fun. But like, outside that, Dario is just like a nothing figure on the show. I can't believe he's so young. Like, I really thought Dario was like at least like 30 when he was first on the show. Actually, how old is Ashley Kelsey?
I can still get.
Does that mean that she's older than him? It's like, I feel like that's probably the case then. Yeah, she's like 6 years older than him. How is that the case? Like, she looks so much younger than him. That's kind of insane. Let's see who else is on this list of people. Towards the bottom at this point, I think. I don't know who most of these people are, though. Again, like, Kaylee Morris is there for $50. That's something. Oh, this is the end. This is the final page. Yeah, so there's definitely a weird grouping of people. Like, MJ feels so out of place here. Like, MJ being on there. Oh, I didn't realize there was a fucking challenge thing right there. I'm an idiot. I could have just clicked the challenge. Whatever. Either way, it's still a random grouping of people. I didn't even see Bananas there. $175 for Bananas. Alan Valdez is on here. Yeah, who? Like, I know he's on War of the Worlds, but I mean, still, like, why is like he included here? Like, is he the one that was ejected like right away? Yeah. Like, why the fuck is he even on here? Like, he was even on the real. Whatever. Fine. Who cares? If Fresh Meat was a modern season, Chanda would be. I mean, like, again, having just rewatched Fresh Meat, like, Chanda is like just not shown on the show. Like, I don't know how, like, she didn't seem to be that interesting, but like, again, that might just be the editing of them like not showing her. But yeah, definitely, I think Johnny is someone that, like, to me is like definitely feels like someone that should have been on more seasons. But like just never comes back afterwards. Lynette, same thing, but from what I understand, Lynette said no. Like, I do believe Lynette was called, but she didn't want to come back. But Lynette is someone that, like, for sure, like, should have been on future seasons. Like, someone that seemed to be, like, a competent enough competitor, someone that was, like, willing to hook up, someone that was, again, like, a participant in some drama. Like, definitely someone, I think should have been back. Oh yeah, Amber M was definitely under-edited in Double Agents. Yeah, supposedly she was someone that was like, what, who'd she hook up with on that season? With Michi, right? And then, like, he was supposedly also hooking up with Liv, and supposedly there was like some drama between them. And yeah, it just seems like she was like kind of a social pariah in the house. And yeah, I remember, like, they show, like, Devin, like, getting really upset at her, right? And then, that doesn't really, like, that just, like, kind of comes out of nowhere. Fuck me, it's 3:30 in the morning. I should probably call it at night, at this point. Yeah, we've been going for way too long. Actually, yeah, looking back, like, this is probably, I'm sure this stream is hurting my, average viewership. Not that it really matters, because I'm not anywhere close to partnership anyway. But, yeah, this is definitely, sure this is ruining my average viewership. Which I just got, up to 12, so that's something. Yeah, this is at 6. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Let's save here. Like, it's 3:30 in the fucking morning. Didn't plan on going this long. Which save is it? I don't even remember. This one? 20th? Yeah, it's this one. Maddie from BB Can 8 would be an interesting one. I don't know how well she would do, but, like, I feel like it would be interesting to see her on there at least. Like, she could be a fun character. I think Sheldon would... I don't know. Sheldon's probably not, like, super entertaining, though. I think he would do well on the challenge, but, like, he's probably just not that. He doesn't bring that much drama to the show. It really is, like, a very calming presence. So it's like, I don't know how, like, good at TV he would be. Like, Chris Wiley. Get Chris Wiley on the challenge. Like, how's Chris Wiley not, like, been back for a challenge? Yeah, I guess Ty and Jed would be bigger locks than Sheldon, and are also, like, have much higher potential to make good TV. So, but yeah, I'm really interested in seeing 38. I mean, I think there's potential for this season if they get the right cast, but I don't have faith in MTV to get the right cast. But again, they have the ability to. Just a matter if they pick the right people. Yeah, I mean, Esther, I think, is likely returning. I think both Esther and Tasha are likely, despite the fact that, again, I don't think Tasha's that entertaining. But yeah, I think I think look at the reunion show, and I think all the rookies that were there are likely returnees. Like I think Huey is probably likely. I think you got. I mean, I get Emmy. Who knows now? But I got Manuel, Logan. I think they're likely returnees. Who else was there? Priscilla. Priscilla was there, right? Well, actually, was Priscilla there? I don't remember. Whatever. Who cares? I barely remember it. I literally watched it this morning, and I barely remember it already. You don't think Logan wants to come back, really? That'd be surprising. Because I think for sure they want him back. He definitely feels like someone that production's like very high on for no real reason. So it'll be interesting. I wonder how many newbies we're gonna get. I think that's another thing that's been like making these seasons feel like I think like something I noticed is that especially like from I feel like the duel on, it's like the majority of the cast ends up being, and to even like Battle of the Sexes too. I guess really actually it's probably from earlier than that. Probably from it's probably Battle of the Sexes probably the point where like from that point on, it's really the majority of the cast are returning players. Obviously, Fresh Meat withstanding because like it's fresh meat, but like it's really like the majority of the cast are returning players, and then there's like maybe like a fourth of the cast that's new. Well, like now with the recent seasons, it's been like pretty much half and half. It's not. This last season had more rookies than it had vets, and I feel like that's kind of another thing that's playing into why the challenge isn't as strong as it used to be. Where I do think it's like, yeah, it's like, and I think the problem is also like that the vets that they picked are like not great options. Like to me, Spies, Lies, and the biggest issue Spies, Lies, and Allies, like in terms of its casting, were actually the vets. Like I think the rookies that they picked were strong for the most part. Again, you have like Logan and Manuel are kind of like Emmy annoyed me, but again, still made for decent TV. But like it's like a lot of the people that made it far were not. Oh, you had like Tracy who was boring, but I mean, you had like good rookies early on. You had like Coriel, you had Michelle, you had Kells, you had Michaela, you had Huey. I mean, they were definitely like really good really good rookies early on that just go home pretty early. And yeah, it's like the rookies aren't the issue. It's more so like the vets that they pick are people that are like so friendly to each other, at least at this point, to where they're just not bringing entertaining TV. Where like so many of these people are like friends, but like it's weird that like the chat, like the alumni community back in like Rivals and like this like mid era of the show, it's like, yeah, there were a lot of like connective tissue between players, but there was a lot of hostility between players that kept it entertaining. Because there were still players that absolutely hated each other. Wow, it feels like nowadays there aren't really, outside of I guess Amanda and Tori now, there aren't that many challenge competitors that hate each other. Like where a lot of them are like friendly and willing to work with each other under the right circumstances. And we saw that this season where the entire, like all the vets grouped up and built this vet alliance that dominated the season. And I feel like, again, it's really like, I think the vet casting was worse on this season. Again, you had like Casey and Nani who really bring nothing to the table, and Nisa is like there for some reason. Again, you have like these people that are like just really close outside the game. Why the trailers say power shifts every week? Did it? I didn't remember that. But either way, I'm like, I guess it kind like I don't know if it's like talking about like the partner changes and all that stuff. And that's what it's referring to as like power shifts. I don't know. Okay, Spies, Lies, and Allies is such a bad season. Like, to me, it's really the worst season in recent history. But, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to rewatch it or not. when I do because like at this point, like I think I'm gonna end up rewatching most seasons of the challenge, but I don't know if I'm gonna bother rewatching Spies, Lies, and Allies. I do at this point. I kind of do want to rewatch Double Agents though, so it's like at that point it's like, well, I might as well just do all of them. But also it's like that feels dreadful to be watching Spies, Lies, and Allies again. I don't know. Probably by the time I get to it though, it'll probably be a bit further removed from it to where I would want to replay it or rewatch it. But anyway, so I think we'll end stream for 3. It's at 3:36. So I'll probably be back on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like we should be good to stream on Sunday. I'm gonna be pretty busy in the next few days, though. It's Christmas Eve and Christmas the next 2 days. And then, to be fair, I work on Sunday, but it's like, I should be good to stream that night. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next week, if I'm gonna stream on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll figure it out. I'm kind of thinking that Thursday, like, even though today didn't necessarily work out too well with me starting stream pretty late, I feel like for the most part, like, up until, like, whenever, like, Amazing Race starts up again, which I guess, to be fair, is probably only 1 week, isn't it? But yeah, I think like next week we'll probably stream on Thursday again. And to be fair, even Amazing, like I might still stream on, like maybe I will stream on Thursdays moving forward over Wednesdays until Survivors. Like when Survivor starts off, we'll be back on Wednesday for sure. Like going to talk about Survivor immediately after the episode. But I think up until that point, maybe we'll go to Thursdays. We'll see. But either way. So yeah, thank you to everyone still here. Only 3 people still here, but it's fine. So yeah, we'll be back on Sunday with probably more Horizon, I guess. To be honest, there's not much going on in the reality TV world between now and then. So I don't know what we'll talk about, but I'm sure there'll be something. We can talk about what a clusterfuck the runner-up ranking is going to be, because I'm going to try to have it done by then, so we'll see. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching.